think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
to North on the last day of the season. Big up the Spurs. Got the job done. Let's get that job done. Son Heung-min, Tuk Jong-wang, the Goal King, Golden Boot. Let's go. Come on, you Spurs. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Jump on in if you want to join the show tonight with us. What a match. What a match. What a match. Long season, ups and downs, roller coasters all over the place. But we got it done. It is done. It is done. It is done. And the man of the day, not necessarily man of the match, but just definitely man of the day for getting that golden boot. It is done. And big up the whole entire team. Let's start bringing in the guests we got in the back. We had two, and now we got one. I'm sure the other one will be back soon. The first one, though, is one of my favorite people. Always rocking and rolling, showing everybody the love. Murray from that Spurs channel is in the house. With the Stella Rose Blueberry, El Conte. Il Conte.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? Your quick thoughts on the match today.
Well, I would like to shed some light on my thoughts so now everybody can see me. Yeah. How do I spread this thing? Okay, yeah, this is much better because I know you would complain that they can't see me too well. Okay, I gotta position this. All right. Oh, this is good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Be better now? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see some light on that beautiful face you got.
Yeah. All right, I think that's a little bit too much. Right? Okay. Quick thoughts. This, like I said in the wall, this was two things. This was a Conte victory. We went for the kill. This is what I'm talking about. So we can put to bed to rest of Spursy. It's BC before Conte. We buried it. Now we are in a new level, a new mentality that he's been slowly instilling, and that is that winning mentality. So that's one. Number two, we saw Levy's face there, and all they heard was Antonio, Antonio, Antonio. Like you said, and others, and myself, top four means win Champions League, but it also means now put your money where your mouth is, Levy. Now the pressure's on you. You hear those lunatics? They love Antonio. Antonio. He's messianic now. Now you need to back him. That's all I gotta say.
100%. Well, Marcelo was in the back, and I'm sure he'll be back. I think he's having connection issues or whatnot. But let's welcome the folks in the chat before we get like totally rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
And we got people jumping on at different times tonight. Stell is in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he watched the match today with a Minnesota Spurs supporters group.
Ooh, okay.
And it was fire, he said. He said he's the British have these American fans all wrong. So it was crazy, absolute scenes. He's got some clips. They will be going up on his channel probably tomorrow sometime. He's out to dinner tonight. He said he might jump on if we're still on when he gets back from dinner. But This guy also sent me some videos today. Everybody.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro.
Marcelo! Arsenal is in the mud.
Oh, what a night.
Watching Tottenham on a Wednesday night. You play Thursday cause you're fucking shy. Oh, what a feeling, what a night. Awesomeness.
Oh,
That's my favorite Spurs song of all time.
We did it! We did it! Oh my, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. We did it somehow. Sunny Magic, Kane Magic, oh my god, Antonio Magic. Oh my god. You know what? I was sitting and I was thinking, you know, like, I've had like, I can't remember like a good season since like the Champions League final that we've had. Like, this was a proper good season, man. Like, I was like thinking, it's like, wow, there was some downs, you know, there was downs, but
There were.
man, there were some ups though. And at the end, bro, the fact, you know what, I kind of love it even more that we didn't get top 4 the easy way, the easy route, right? I love the fact that it was in the Gooner's hand, in Mikel Scissor Hands. I call him Scissor Hands, bro, because it was in his hands, bro, and he screwed it up. He tore it up, bro. He couldn't hold it. Oh my goodness. They bottled it, bro. 3 games left, 4 points. If you watch AFTV, they were trying to say, oh, it was, you know, Arsenal improved, you know, we got fit. But you can see their eyes. They were done. They were dead, bro. There was no improvement. That was only suffering, bro. They were hurting inside. You can't hide pain, bro. That fan base is rattled. They out-bottled the bottlers, bro. Teeny-O, tiny Tottenham. We finish above them again, bro. They keep saying, oh, where's your trophy? Where's your trophy? But where's your Champions League, bro? Sack ass, bro. I call him that. Not only that he let his country down, he let Arsenal down, bro. 3 years, and he still hasn't moved. My man hasn't moved. He hasn't gone out of the Europa League, bro. He's still in frame picture, bro. And then they dare compare him to Kula Sexy, bro. What a player he was tonight. Oh, my goodness. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I can't believe it, bro.
I do have a response for Scott.
Hold on, well, let's bring in this next guest real quick, and then we'll get to response to the comments. I can't read the whole name, but I think it's Mark Scrumpy Quarterman, maybe? Cousins, Mark Cousins in the house. All right,
How are we, man? It's 2 o'clock in the morning over here.
what are you doing still awake then? You can't sleep after today's scenes.
I've had half a bottle of vodka, man. Celebrating. Big up Will, big up Mari, big up
Marcelo.
Marcelo. Yeah.
Big up Mark Cousins. Thanks for joining the show.
Mark.
And
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to be on, my man.
you got the Champions League shirt on, I see there.
Yeah, hang on. Can you see it?
Back where we belong. Yeah, I got it.
Back where we belong.
And we do belong there, bro, because that stadium is too beautiful. It's too beautiful to go to Uzbekistan or Istanbul or all those places. We belong. That stadium belongs to, you know, host like the Barcelonas, the Bayern Munichs, bro. You know what I mean? That's where that stadium belongs, bro. In the Champions League, the bright spot. And guess what?
Of course it does.
It's the start. It's the start of a new beginning, bro. This is just the start. I'm telling you.
Yeah. We're back.
We are back.
Baby.
You know who else is back?
Baby.
You know who else got his back? His back is bouncing, his back is bumping. All the way from Indiana, United States. 손흥민, 사랑해요. Colin, talking ball. What?
How's it going, guys?
It's going good, my man. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. Couldn't be any better. I figured, you know, this is, if there's ever a day that you want to be on Will Stewart's late night rants, it's the night that Sonny wins the Golden Boot. So I couldn't, I couldn't miss it. Couldn't miss it.
They doubted us. They doubted us, Will. They said drop him.
Oh, hey.
They said
Will.
it was his worst.
I did
I'm
this
not
for
saying
you,
about
Will.
you guys. I'm not saying about you guys. I'm talking about
Shaved your
Twitter.
head. There you go. Looking
You
good
know?
now.
They said it. But look at him, Sonaldo. I said it, bro. I said it. Stick by this man. Stick by Sonaldo because guess what? Form is temporarily, but class is permanent. And Son is class. He is world class. What are they gonna say now? He can't. He can't what, bro? Can't what? Golden Boot winner, bro. Can't what?
Without
He's
pens,
world class.
too.
Without penalties. Most open play goals we've seen in a long ass time, man.
It made
You know
me
what I
so
mean?
mad. It made me so mad when Salah scored today. So mad. Like
He
that
didn't
was the only
deserve
thing
it.
that's the only thing that
Listen.
soured my day was him scoring and Sonny not winning outright because Sonny deserves to have the Golden Boot to himself.
No
I
penalties,
think
no
personally,
penalties.
I think the Golden Boot should go if there is a tie for who had the most open play. I'm not saying it just because Son won it. I just think it's just more fair, in my opinion. Because open play goals is just it's harder to score than penalties. Like,
I agree.
it's just
I
fact.
agree. It's a far more difficult team. But I do have one more guest to bring in. She is the queen bee of Tottenham Hotspur.
Ellie?
Ellie Hoiberg says
Big up, Ellie.
Big up, Ellie.
something I can't see because of the super chat. Top 4 is ours.
Come on, Ellie.
What's up, Miss Ellie? Mrs. Ellie Hoiberg.
She's too stunned. She can't speak. She's too stunned.
She's probably
It's been too
having
much of a night.
She
mic
believed it the whole
issues.
time.
But why is she having mic issues?
did.
I'm going to read these super chats here. We've got a €2 super chat from Tottenham Gold saying, big up Mark, his TG co-host,
Yes. I am.
Coys, we back, baby, woo.
Yeah.
And I'm still awake.
And Mark is still awake. And then we've also got one from Ben KC. This is for SHM, Son Heung-min's Golden Boot achievement, and for Will to never apologize to the eye test football merchants who can't stand up to your Golden Boot level of hot takes. Thanks for a great season of content to you both.
Hold on a second. I'm an eye test merchant, and guess what? I stuck by Son the whole entire time, bro. Those people who said Sonaldo should have been benched, they need to get their eyes checked, bro. They need to go to Specsavers. They need to go wherever they need to go to, bro. Get some glasses, bro. Because I was saying the whole entire time, it's ridiculous to bench someone like Son. You know what I mean? Especially for someone like Bergwijn. I mean, maybe if we had like another world class, right wing back, like okay, but like, come on now, man. There's nobody in the league like Son.
Bench for
No,
who?
100%. 100%.
That's the fight there. Bench for who? Like, who's coming off the bench? That's ridiculous. Like, who's good? Like, that's.
I said it all along. I rather an out of form Son with maybe tired, overplayed than 90% of the left wingers than in the Premier League. The only time I would maybe consider him bench is if we had maybe like a Raheem Sterling on the bench. You know what I mean? Warming up the seat for him. That's the only time. For me, benching him for Bergwijn, it's just disrespectful, bro. You can't compare the two. It's a different class, different cut of cloth. Sonny said it straight today. All his haters, you gotta apologize, bro. You gotta eat them sour grapes. Because also, you know what? How dare they? You know what I mean? The guy has been so loyal to us. You know what I mean? I said, even if Son does have a bad season, Son or Kane, even if they do have a bad season, I respect and love them so much for what they've done to Spurs that I will stick by them. Because guess what? Those are players that deserve to be backed at their worst. You know what I mean? Players that given their all for so many seasons, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was before
Go
this,
ahead, Mari.
Before this comment goes away, my only question, and of course, I love the brother. He says the easy route, like playing well and earning it on our own. Well, how do you earn it on our own if United's losing games and Arsenal's losing games and we're winning games? Aren't we earning it on our own? I'm confused because we earned it. That's the Scott 845 statement.
Don't listen. He's probably an Arsenal fan. Don't listen to him, man. Because
He loves
I'm a Spurs fan.
But he's a Spurs fan, but it's just like I'm just like, how do you earn it if other teams are losing and we're winning? We
what are
earned
we supposed to do? Lose our games?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Not take advantage of the situation?
I don't necessarily think mean like he did. I don't know. I don't want to put word in.
Oh, is it Scott
Scott's-
M? Oh,
yeah.
Scott M is a Spurs fan.
Yeah, I don't want to put
Yeah.
words into Scott M's mouth, but like he, I think he means like.
We could have done it easier.
Yeah, we could have.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also too,
For Spurs, we never make it.
announcement for everybody too watching the show. In the comments, if you are a subscriber, and we are going to start doing the members only live streams, meaning you will only be able to see the stream if you're a member, and the Levy level is live. So if it's not live right now, it will be in the next couple of weeks, or less, today or tomorrow. So I just set it up today. I'm trying to see if it's live now. Let's see if it's live. If it's not live right now, it will be live tomorrow. Let me see.
But what a day, what a season, boys! Not only did we,
It says
not
still
only,
in review. So
not only did we end Arsenal's top 4 race, but we also ended Liverpool's title hopes at Anfield.
Yes.
The mighty Spurs, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No quadruple.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I don't want them winning any quadruples. I hope they lose the Champions League as well.
That's right. We got another guest in all the way from Canada, from Edmonton. Mr. Scott M is here.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Called him out. He called him out, Mari. Now he's come to get revenge.
Not Edmonton.
Oh,
That's like
sorry.
saying I'm from Arsenal, not Edmonton.
Where are you from
He's
again?
not an Arsenal fan. He's
Vancouver?
Around Calgary, south of Calgary.
Oh, Calgary.
No, I didn't know it was
Calgary
you,
and
Scott
Edmonton
M.
are like
He's the
Arsenal and
Flames fan. He's the
Spurs,
Flames
so-
fan.
Gotcha.
I didn't know you said it. I thought it was someone,
No,
just
no,
a
no,
random
no.
person.
I'll just
I know
quickly
you're an Arsenal fan. Tottenham fan.
yes.
I know you're a Tottenham fan. Fuck.
Little Freudian slip there.
We'll see. Maybe by the end of this stream, people will say I'm an Arsenal fan. We're good. No, what I would just was saying there, Mari, is I guess it's just like somebody had to finish 4th. We got 4th because somebody had to do it. Yes, we won slightly more than other teams that were terrible, but we weren't there because of our quality play. We were there because somebody had to finish 4th. So it's great we did it. I'm excited to watch. Well, excited to watch Champions League. We'll see how I feel once I see what our squad looks like playing there. Because if this team is playing in Champions League, I'm terrified for it.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Well,
Yes, sir.
now we've got Champions League. Daniel Levy is backed into a corner,
Yes.
and he's got to back the team.
Gotta
He's
back
got
up
to.
it.
Thousand, 10,000 bazillion percent, and that's
Yeah.
going to be one of the main
Yeah.
topics that we're going to do too. So
It
for
just
folks,
puts us in a great position too.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
how much money do we get from Champions League? It's like 100 million plus with
Yeah.
the TV rights.
something like that. Let me check.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's already that's Kulu and Romero paid for already. Done, dusted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can go next season and looking for new
Oh,
signings.
we lost Mark.
We have the Champions League, attraction. We have Antonio. We have Harry Kane. Listen, I'm gonna do something that's very risky. I'm
Ellie,
gonna
you there?
hope. I'm gonna trust. Oh, is Ellie here?
We can't hear you, love.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do something that's risky.
Now we can hear you.
Oh, is she there? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say I'm gonna do something that's very risky. I'm gonna trust that Daniel Levy backs Conte, simply because at the beginning of the season, I gotta give him small credit for it, and Stell's gonna hate me. But is Stell here?
Not Stell, but we have someone else.
I'll let him in.
A good guest. He's been on the show before. Second time. Everybody in the chat, show your love for the man from down under. Paul Hotspur's in the house.
Come on.
Stop, man.
Go, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs. That's right. Good job, everybody. That's what David says here.
Folks?
Going good, my
Yeah.
friend. Going good. We got Sonaldo Naziero, golden boot winner, no PKs. Let's go, Korea the King.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on,
Korean
I gotta
King.
switch off YouTube here. Sorry, I fucked it up. Hang on.
That's all right. You're all good.
There we go.
One thing I was making the point of in terms of Daniel Levy is I think he will back Conte simply because, and I got to give credit for him, he could have chosen the easier path and not just stick by Nuno. Like, I get the fans were pressuring him. I get the fans were, slating him. But look what Arsenal fans do with the board. They slate their board all the time, saying, sack Arteta. They try to do a whole protest to change, and nothing happened. You know what I mean? They just kept with Arteta and said, oh, yeah, just trust the process, They could have very
but
well.
Our results under Nuno were even worse than Arsenal under Arteta, though.
Listen, man, you remember the beginning of the season, they were close to, people were talking about relegation battle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you got to remember, it's been 2 seasons in a row that they finished 8th. Arteta, the only record Arteta has set in Arsenal are bad records. He hasn't set one good record in Arsenal. Least points, lowest, good, yeah, but lowest, position dropped. First time not in Europe. All these records, most losses in a season. He has set all the wrong records, and yet the board have kept them. I got to give Daniel Levy some credit here. He could have chosen that path and pressed that reset button and said, all right, we'll restart all over, right, with Nuno and, these project managers. But no, he chose the harder path, which is Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte is the harder path for Levy in terms of, finances, because he is going to have to spend money or else he is going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
So I think part of me is, I don't know if it's naivety. I could very well be wrong. He's proven me wrong a lot of times in the past. But I gotta think. I think this time he will back Conte. I think this time he will. I think he will.
Do you know what the problem is? The problem is with all your fan base. Come outside, Arsenal fans. Where are you? Where are you, Arsenal fans?
They know better than to be here on today.
The thing is for me.
It's for you, Eagle.
The thing is for me, like, you talking about Nuno. Yes, we did make the wrong appointment with Nuno. And look, I'm neither Levy in or Levy out. I'm like, I'm sort of on the fence. But he got Conte in, and we got top 4 where we belong. So if he doesn't back him now, then here's a see you next Tuesday. You know what I mean?
100%.
So
yeah, I think it's all. I think it really is all or nothing for Daniel Levy right now. It really is. No pun intended. It really is, because he has no corner to hide. No.
All or nothing is the Arsenal thing that's coming out on Amazon.
I know. That's why I meant no pun intended.
And it's like nothing or nothing with the Arsenal thing. It's like nothing, and you've got nothing, and it's love being in England. It's lovely to see.
Yeah. No, I just think that Daniel Levy right here, right now, he has an opportunity to fix the mistake that he made with Pochettino, where we had a foundation to push to the next level and win something, and he didn't do that.
Yes.
This is his chance to fix that mistake that he once made. We have a world-class manager.
Yeah.
We have a
I heard you cough.
We had a world-class front three. We have some good young players. We now have Champions League. We have money to spend. We have a new DOF who, in my opinion, look, people slag me off for backing Don Paratici. But guess what, bro? I said it. He did the right thing. Get rid of the bad eggs, bro.
Yeah.
You get rid of the bad eggs in the club. I'm telling you, the performances will improve. And people say, "Oh, our squad is too thin. Our squad's too thin." Bro, I would rather have a thin squad that wants to play for Spurs than a bunch of lazy sack of shits who just wants to stay there and collect the wage. You know what I mean? Like, I was proven right. And he got the bad eggs out. He got some decent players in. And because of those players, we got top four. Now we got a DOF that proved himself, in my opinion. And I think right now it's all in his ball court because everything is going positive in our direction. But it's all in his ball court to keep that positive motion going.
Yeah. Can I just say, when Leicester won the league, 4 years ago, 5 years ago,
6 years ago, my friend.
Yeah, it's like 16, 17,
years
I think.
ago, is it? All right, 6 years ago. We should have won that league.
Yeah.
We should have won that. Right, if Poch begged, like Levy, to give him a couple of players and we'd have won that league. And the year after, when Chelsea won it, Poch was begging for a rebuild. Well, not a rebuild, but like just bring some new faces in. And we got nothing. This is in the time when we went 3 transfer windows without signing nobody. And if we'd have signed 2 or 3 players, we'd have been league champions. We would have been. Would have been. I'm convinced we would have been.
And welcome, Ellie. We can hear you now. So welcome to the show.
God. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
Good to see you, friend.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said because I don't trust this geezer.
No.
That's what we call them in England, geezers. But he's not a geezer, he's a div. Because when you think about it, Poch was on the verge of greatness.
Yes.
He was on the verge of greatness.
Yeah,
he was.
Fantastic midfield, brilliant strike force. Not too bad in defence, but he needed strengthening with Vertonghen and Toby. He needed more. Because we sold Walker, which was a bad mistake. And then he should have given him more money in those free transfer windows.
Yeah.
Look what Conte's done with 3 players. One of them came in before he came, Romero, and Kulu and Bentancur. Those 3 players have made a massive difference, and we've actually made top 4 because of them. Not just because of them. There's other players obviously who've chipped in, but they've had a big influence on all the goals that we've scored. Look at Kulu, how many assists he's had. You see, so we needed to back Poch at that vital moment.
Yeah.
And we would have done great things. I mean, look, we got to the Champions League final. That was fantastic. I don't think we even know.
You know what's something to be positive though, Ellie? I think.
Yeah.
Because I gotta say, I think having Paratici is going to be a big difference. Because I think there was a point in time where we did spend some money, but we just didn't spend the money properly under Steve Hitchen. Because Steve Hitchen, he kind of bought a bunch of players, and we kind of almost prayed that some of them would have been a hit, right?
Yeah.
I think with Paratici, a lot of people criticize him because they're like, "Oh, you're getting rid of so many players, and you're only bringing a few in." But I think that method of when you're not a Man City and when you're not a Newcastle now, or you're not a United, and you can't get 7 world-class players, it's better just to get 3 class players than 7 players, and that's what Paratici has done.
Absolutely, because then you don't risk as much of tearing apart the squad harmony, and you can't
and you build it over time.
Yeah.
Look what Romero done. That's just one player. Look how better our defense is now with him.
Look at our attack with Kulu.
Yeah, look what Kulu has done. That's just one player. January we were whining and moaning and everything, but look what 2 players did. They got us top 4. If we'd never had Bentancur and Kulu, we wouldn't have gotten top 4. So I like Paratici's method where it's let's stick to a few players and we'll get some at a time. You know what I mean? Maybe 4, 6 players. That's it.
But
at the same time,
you got to remember, you have to remember, Romero hasn't played for the last 2 games, and how good has Sanchez been?
Sanchez been very good.
I think it's 3. I think it's the last 3 games.
All right, 3 games. He has stepped up.
Well, I think. Well, when you look at this,
a successful team. That's why he's
Yes.
stepped up into a team that's got the right mentality to get through those 3. Because that London derby catalyst.
Yeah.
I think he's done a job. I mean, he hasn't made any mistakes, but to be honest with you, other than us being really kind of lackluster at home against Burnley, we haven't really made any mistakes. There hasn't really been an opportunity. I mean, we pretty much battered Arsenal at home, and then Burnley. We didn't get pressured, but we didn't really attack. And then against Newcastle, I mean, did they even have a shot on target today?
No.
My thing with Sanchez is that I think he's okay for a few games, but it's trusting him and
over the season.
And over the season. That's the problem, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
That's
why he'll be a squad player. I don't think they're going to get rid of Sanchez now. They're going to use him as a squad player just to play in the cup games, probably.
Yeah. Unless a good
have to get rid of him though. Don't just because he's somebody that actually could have some value if we sold him.
That's what I was going to say. Unless there's a good bid for him or a good swap deal, I don't think we're going to sell him.
Especially if we're hopefully bringing in 2 new starting center backs like we need, then we're getting excess kind of guys, right? Because we want Davies on the bench, potentially Dyer. I don't know if Dyer will accept going to the bench, but then you have Gang and other guys. So
Scott,
I think Davies has played out of his skin in the last
He's been great. I can't lie.
I think our central defence is great.
That's because of Conte's coaching.
I think Davies has played better than we expected him to play, but I think if you compared him to what you would expect from a central defense, like a center back, it's going to be challenging for the title. I don't think he's been good enough.
No.
He's been better than he was, but not.
I agree with you. He's not the next level.
Davies is one of my players of the season.
Yeah,
no.
He is.
Yeah.
He's not the next level.
How many blocks has he put in? How many blocks has he put in to save us from them getting shots on target? He
100%.
did it today.
He's made some gas as well, though. He has made some gas. Look at the Chelsea goal. And when he slipped against Southampton, he's made some gas. He's not going to take us to the next level. I agree with you, Scott. He's fantastic this season, but he's not going to take us to that next level. We need.
If you look at our level where we are, though, I mean we're 3rd at the moment, really. Since January. I mean, Conte hasn't had a pre-season yet. We're a solid 3rd. When you look at, the way it was only a few months ago we were in a race with West Ham, Man United, and Arsenal for that top 4 spot, and they all stuffed it up. I mean, we've done so well. So, I mean, when we're talking about the next level, we're already there. The next level really is winning the league, and
Yeah.
When you
Come
see
on.
That's
what
a big gap. It's a big gap, though.
I don't know if it is. We've got the
No,
measure of
it's
Liverpool and
20-odd
Man
points.
City.
That's
Even
20-odd
like you
points.
said, in our
That's-
good place since then, we're
that's
still
7
behind
wins.
City and Liverpool over that time, right?
Yeah, if we want
It's
to get
just
to
a
their
start,
level, yeah, it is a start. We've got building blocks. Now
You'd
Conte
expect there
can
to be
build.
more signings this summer. Yeah, you know, if we made signings that were as impactful as they were in January, and think about what we can do in the summer window when deals actually, you know, get done. I'm excited.
I'm
No.
just excited because I'm on the panel with you guys. Brilliant. We've got
Now,
Oscar,
I said
got
on
Marcelo,
another stream
Mari.
earlier, I said this.
Ellie, big up Ellie.
Yeah, it's good to see you,
Yeah.
Ellie.
You know what was
I
exciting
said-
was watching Arsenal TV when they were winning 5-1, and it was like someone had just had a shit in the middle of the studio because they were all like at a funeral. It was brilliant. And
Yeah.
and Arteta's got another 3 years when, you know, you've got managers sniffing around like Patrick Vieira would do a better job at Arsenal. There's Ange
Oh,
Postecoglou in Celtic who's having a fly, you know, and
Yeah.
they've stuck with this Muppet.
Yes.
This Muppet
How-
who lost his marbles after the Tottenham game and the Newcastle game.
I'm
He's
gonna-
gone.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I think he gets sacked next season.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's what I think as
Arteta.
well.
Yeah, I think he's
Arteta.
done
But,
next season.
I do want to read this super chat out real quick. We got 10,000 won to Nanku. He says, he or she says, Will님, 손흥민 빛나는 바를 때 응원하고 지지하는 트윗들 감사해요. 잘할 때 칭찬하는 건 쉽죠. 힘들 때 옆에 있어서 주는 사람이 제대로 고마워요. Basically saying,
Marcus God.
thank you very, very much for always shining a light on the good things that Son Heung-min has done on Twitter.
Yes.
It's very easy to stand by somebody when they're doing good, and not so easy to stand by somebody when they're doing not so good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
So,
back
yeah.
Sonny till I die, bro. That's my boy.
Him
Him and
our best
Kane.
player.
After he played with a broken arm, after he broke his arm early on in that match, played the rest of the match, scored the winner, and then refused or tried to refuse the scans after the match because he knew it was broken and that he wouldn't get to play. He loves Spurs as much as we do,
Yeah.
and it shows. And so I think that's why everybody loves Sonny so much, is because he loves Spurs like we do.
Yeah.
If not more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
probably.
I think Kane is our best footballer in terms of technical skill and the amount of passes he gets through. But I think Sonny is more effective.
Yeah.
He's a more exciting player to watch, in my opinion. I love
Yeah.
Oh,
Sonny.
he's so electric, man. When he gets the ball and
Yeah.
he's running with it,
Brilliant.
like I'm.
Can you imagine if those Raheem Sterling links were true and we had the two of them?
Kane can't do that. Kane can't do that because he hasn't got the pace. But what he lacks in pace, he's got intelligence like Sheringham did. He's similar to Sheringham, actually. He's morphed into that sort of position, number 10.
I am.
Because
But that's the thing. Colin mentioned
maybe
if we have him Sterling. Yes, it would be nice to have him. I was watching the
bring
show
goals.
on earlier. It would be nice to have a Gabriel Jesus and Sterling, especially with 5 substitutions next year to rotate through the cups, and that's what we want in backing content. We want a team of more good players. I don't know why we want our first 11 just to be the good team, and then our bench injuries.
Get him in.
Yeah,
What
Mari,
always
that is a very
confuses
good
me-
point.
What always confuses me is that no team has actually come in for Sonny. There's no team.
Oh, there has.
There have been
Do you think so?
Yeah.
attempts.
Yeah,
in
there have.
fact,
Bids.
You just turned him down.
in fact,
Yeah.
Well,
I would be
I've
surprised
never
if
seen
Real Madrid poked around this year,
Yeah. But I've
Yeah.
I've
never seen it.
because they have before,
Madrid will definitely poke around if they
Okay.
can't get Mbappe.
Okay.
and Liverpool
Well, they
as
haven't
well.
gotten Mbappe.
People,
Yeah. That's the only team. I was just going to say that's the only team that I can see, because after we drew with Liverpool, Klopp gave him a big hug, and I think he was whispering in his ear, "Come to Liverpool," blah 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 blah. And but I don't think Sonny will.
I don't think he will go, but I mean he has, and that's the thing too. Liverpool. There have been reports in Korea. There have been reports in Korea that every single time he plays Klopp asks him to come. It's not like an official bid, but he's No.
Well, that's what I said. I've never seen it, and I live in England. I've never seen anybody come in for Sonny.
I posed that question before, and I think it's a combination of, sometimes flash and me, like especially a club like Real Madrid, they were like, okay, this is the hottest new toy and whatsoever. And it's not saying that the player hasn't been good, but I think this year, from the pundits, he walks in. You weren't hearing that a couple of years before, even though it might have been true that he would have walked in to any other team. But this year is getting it. Now you have the clubs like Real Madrid, though they know he's loyal, they're like, oh man.
You're going to be surprised to hear this, but I think Real Madrid is going to go for Mo Salah.
They're going to
probably. Although he plays on the wrong side.
I have heard Mo Salah.
No, but I think simply because...
Is Mo Salah leaving?
He hasn't signed a contract yet.
He hasn't signed the contract. So and Liverpool aren't willing to extend for what he's asking because they think he's asking for too much. So in my opinion...
It runs out this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it runs out next year. So his contract... So next year, if they don't sell him, next summer, I think he will be on the free. So I think Real Madrid, with how desperate they are, they'll go for Mo Salah. I think they're going to go for Mo Salah, and I think if they give it an outrageous bid, I think Liverpool would accept it.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, if they're any way like they are in baseball, the way they run their club, they don't pay guys massive money.
They have a very strict wage,
and they bring in guys to replace them.
Yes, they have a very strict wage bill, which listen, I respect. They know their limits, they understand it, and they're not willing to break it for anybody. And you know what? That whole Mbappe deal with PSG, probably the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen in football. Football, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, I think like that's the one thing I hate about football. How can a player decide who's going to be the sporting, the manager? Who's gonna, who comes in, who comes out? Like, how can a player have that much power?
Like he's so young too. He's like
not only young. That. If Poch gets a sack, that means Mbappe sacked him.
Yeah, Mbappe. Like, imagine giving a player all that power just to keep him. I mean, in my opinion, that's a small club mentality. That is a really small club mentality. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Very weird club.
But while we're on the topic of Sonny, Gina Kim says for $5, I still can't believe someone won the Golden Boot. First ever Asian player to do it. So happy for him. That's people don't realize it's the first time. Man, but you know what the bad thing is too? Is I spent all of this time I start cracking out the World Cup balls because we got the World Cup coming up next season. Now I'm gonna have to break out the Champions League balls too. I'm gonna have to make space for the Champions League balls.
Hey, next year Tottenham might have 2 World Cup.
Logan playing well. It's a good thing, bud.
I will say this: there have been some athletes who've had pulled their weight in other sports. He's not going to be the last player to do that. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying,
Sonny's on about 200K. Sorry.
I mean,
but the thing is, man, like I have never heard of a player with that much power in football. Like maybe you see it in maybe you see it in American sports, with Tom Brady. Yeah. But Tom Brady, honestly, Tom Brady deserves it because he's won 7 Super Bowls. Yeah, the guy has countless of years of experience. Yeah, he has the mind. Like Mbappe is a 19 or 22-year-old footballer. What the fuck does he know about a sporting director or a manager or tactics or how to set up a team? He doesn't know how to do that. Listen, just because you're a great player does not make you a great manager. And if you don't believe that, look at Jose Mourinho. He was a shit player and he became one of the greatest managers of all time. You know, like Antonio Conte was a good player, but he wasn't great. You know what I mean? Like he played in Juve. He did his job, right? But people considered him, you know, nobody would say, oh, Antonio Conte, you know, he's one of the great. No, but he's known for his managerial talent because guess what? He has a great mind. Look at Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, like I know he's a gooner, but like he's a great player. But look what he did in Monaco. Got them relegated. He sucks. Yeah. He's a shitty manager. You know, just because you're.
Yeah.
He's more busy doing his adverts.
Frank Lampard, shit manager. I'm sorry. I get okay.
Yeah, he is.
For me personally, I just think the blame should be on PSG because, like I said, he's just a player. I mean, if someone came up to me and said, "I want to offer this," I'm shit.
No. I'm not mad at Mbappe. Don't get it wrong, Mari. Like, listen, if someone comes up to me and say, "Look, I'll give you, you know, 300 million a year. You get to choose whatever this, that, and you know, you have total power and control." I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'll sign that deal right there in the dot. I wouldn't even think twice.
But what's Paul got to say, Paul?
Oh, look, I'm just happy in the moment. You know, it was a roller coaster of a season, but we did well, and the future's bright. You know, if you're a Tottenham fan, there's no downside as far as I can see. We've got a good team as it is. You know, Conte's got a tune out of players that I would never have expected him to get a tune out of. I mean, he can't work miracles with Harry Winks. He's the exception. But every other player he's done really well. So I think when you look at, I think Chelsea won't, they're gone as the force they have been because they haven't got a limitless bank account now. And their supporters are all thugs and toffs. So, you know, they've got no pedigree at all. They never have, Chelsea. So it's really Man United and Liverpool we're up against, and I think we've got a chance of silverware. I'm just so happy. It's been a few years since I've really thought next season is going to be something special for us. Really?
Yeah,
is.
You know what? I agree with that because, and after Mourinho, right after when we finished sixth, I was like, yeah, you know, we got Jose Mourinho. Maybe you know he can pull some good players, right? But those aren't like really like factual statements, right? Like, but now we actually have some facts to back up why we should be, you know, excited for next season. You know, first off, we had a first season with the stadium open, so the revenue that the club made was much higher this season. Second off, we finished Champions League, so that's even more revenue. Third off, we have the Champions League poll. Second off, it's a buyer's market right now. There's so many players on the free, so many players, so many potential signings that we can make. That's a great deal. You know, Enter are talking about selling Bastone for 50 million. 50 million. That's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure in British currency, that's like what, 40 something. You know what I mean? 40 something for a top
43, 44.
Yeah, 44 for one of the best left center backs in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So it's a buyer's market right now, man. And you know, with Antonio Conte, Champions League football, Arsenal in the mud, Chelsea questionable next season. You know what I mean? With their new owners, they got a lot of debt. They got a lot of players leaving on freeze. They got to make money somehow. They haven't, you know, if anything, they've lost money with this whole ordeal, if anything. So they're going to be in a financial struggle. Their owners are actually not even richer than us. You know, their owners are poorer than Munich. So they're going to be in trouble. I think next season they're going to be in a struggle. So I think it's for ours to take that, you know, that second spot and maybe challenge for something.
And look, we're certainly in Pep's head because we beat Man City twice this year. And Jurgen Klopp, I've never seen him so frazzled after that 1-1 draw the other week. He was not happy. He was not happy.
I do.
So, you know,
a couple things
possible.
We're reaching about the hour mark, so I do want to let people know to make sure you hit like and subscribe. Right, 구독하고 좋아요 부탁드립니다. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, hit that share button too. Right afterward, hopefully today's stream. Last stream we did on what was it, Friday, Thursday? For some reason got put private and they locked it. There's like some glitch on YouTube, and apparently a bunch of videos that happened too. It's fixed now. It's up live. Everybody can go watch it. Also too, just wanted to let you guys know the prize money for the Champions League this year, which is probably similar to what it is going to be next year. So you get 15.6 million euro for just qualifying.
Yeah.
For the group stage. Then you get 2.8 million per group stage win and €1 million per group stage draw. And then if you get out of the group stage, you get another 10 million. So that's basically, if you're going to get out of the group stages, that's a minimum of at least 2 wins probably. So that's 6, 21, 32. Then if you get to the quarterfinal, you get another 10.6 million. Semifinal, another 12.5, and then getting to the finals, number 15.5. That's how we got up close to that 100.
And that's not even counting the TV deals and everything, and the TV rights and everything like that.
Yeah, and then the TV money says the UEFA says a total of 300.3 million euros on television is to be shared out among the Champions League clubs. So then they divide out another 300 million euro. So.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Those
lot
are
of
just
money.
prize money payments. So you're talking
Sessions and
how many teams qualify for Champions League right now? Is it 4 groups of 4, right?
32.
Yep.
No, 6, isn't it? Is it
6 groups of 4?
6.
Yeah, it's 32.
Yeah, 6.
Or 24.
4.
Oh, 8
Yeah.
groups of 4.
4, 6. Or is it 8 groups?
I think it's moving to 32 teams eventually.
Yeah.
But I think.
Yeah.
32, isn't it?
I'm sure it's 32.
It's
8 teams in each pot, and there's 4 pots.
Yeah, it's 32.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 8?
Yeah,
4,
32. Yeah, 32.
So
gotta-
basically, we're saying Daniel Levy, get your money out.
Yeah.
So 32, that's basically divided by 300 million. So you're talking about another 10 million euro out in TV revenue. So
Yeah.
Big love, Bob.
guaranteed. Bob Spur here
Much
says
love, Bob.
fantastic end to what was personally been a tough year.
Yeah.
You being ill was not.
Well done.
That was definitely a
Yeah,
tough period of
very
time. We're
worried.
glad you're back. Positive energy can achieve all. I can vouch for that. Thank you to
Yeah.
everyone for the love. Bob, did you ever find out on your show earlier? Sorry, I missed it. If Will Kinney's Oracle had anything to say?
I don't think Will was there today.
She got it wrong.
He's a little. If I was him, I'd be pretty pissed off about all the money that I spent on
Well,
that
hang on.
Oracle.
He should get a refund.
I know, right? Money back
Yeah,
guarantee,
refund.
right? Money back.
Yeah.
Also, too, 90 people watching. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Hang on a minute.
He said that he was just kidding about all that he didn't really know.
Will
I think he's trying to get
Kelly's
out.
articles.
I think another thing is we started playing well when Bob Spur came out of his coma. I don't think that's a coincidence. He's got a lot of positive energy. That guy. It might have been just the thing that tipped us over the line.
That's what
Yeah.
Stell
He's the
said.
real Oracle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's the real Oracle, isn't he? Do you know what? I was just looking at the stats.
We need someone
You
to
know-
shape up the Spurs boys. Bob
Will,
Spurs,
you're
that guy.
Will, you're a big stats man, right?
That
was
I am.
looking at the stats from last year. We scored 1 more goal this year because we scored 68 and we scored 69 this year, and we let in 5 less this year, right? So if we're going to challenge, we've got to score more goals. So we've got to get people that can create goals and people that can score them with Sonny and Kane.
So here's my.
Because we're 20 goals behind them. So we
Yeah,
want
we're-
to get those goals to win more games.
We
And then we'll be
need a
challenging.
creative midfielder.
I think it's
Creative
creating
midfielder.
chances rather than goal scorers.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
a creative midfielder.
Creative midfielder, but if
Yes.
we had one more player who can chip in, because Kulu will probably be that player actually,
Ellie,
because he's
I'm gonna say something. You won't be completely mad, but it was the perfect example. He played a good game, but he missed 2 chances of scoring, and it was a beautiful assist pass. I think Kulu made.
You're talking about Højbjerg now.
Well, Højbjerg now. If it was
Yeah, because
Weston,
he's not a goal scorer.
He's got to put those shots away, though.
he
Gotta put
got-
away.
The thing is,
He
at
has
least,
It's 5-0, man. Come on.
at least he got into that position.
We need.
I agree
somebody-
with you. I agree with you, but I disagree with you as well because
Yeah.
he's not a goal scorer.
But I do.
He,
understand, but if
he
you have
will never
two guys-
score a lot of goals. He's
I-
never done it in his career.
I
He'll miss
understand
them.
that. But if you have
So don't give it to him.
and Højbjerg, one of them is going to have to sit because you look at Liverpool, you look at City, they get goals from the midfield. If you bring a guy, I'm using Mr. McKinney as an example. In that situation, he's scoring a goal. He's scoring
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that is his strong suit. It's his weak suit. He cannot. He scored 3 goals this season only, and he's never scored a lot of goals. He just isn't the goal scorer. He's a spoiler. You need a spoiler in your team. You need another creative midfielder. But will Conte want another creative?
I hate to interrupt. But I got to bring this guy in because he's been MIA for months.
Okay.
But I hear that the beard has been trimmed, the hair has been slicked back, and he's walking around in London wearing suits. Mr. K is back!
Oh, wow.
guys, come on, you Spurs!
Come on,
no, apologies to everyone. I've been on a little bit of a mission. I've been on a little bit of a mission in the background, so I've had to go and go undercover, go down low and keep low. But I've been keeping an eye on everything. Honestly, I've been keeping an eye on absolutely
everything. You need to change your name to Secret Agent K then.
You know that it's Agent K. Agent K is the last time.
There you go.
Well, we had a dinner in North London, and that's what we came out with, Agent K. But listen, it's an absolute pleasure to see everyone, especially on a day like this.
Yes.
Smash it into the fourth. Man United get slapped. Arsenal do 5-1, but we do 5-0. I think we've overcome an awful lot of negativities that we used to have towards our club, and the final game really. I remember that time we were running for first and second in the league, and we came to the last game and we played against Newcastle, who were relegated, and they beat us 5-1.
Yeah.
So this is a great turnaround. I think Conte has really stepped in. Finally, things are starting to turn around. A little bit at a time. Obviously, we've got the summer to look forward to, so you never know. We're going to see some interesting stuff. Probably thelastminute.com.
Update
everyone.
Update with you.
Update on Will Kelly's Oracle. So apparently, Will went around the Oracle's house demanding answers, but she wasn't in. Normally, we would say that she knew he was coming around, but clearly she's shit at seeing the future.
No, hang on a minute. Will K predicted that we wouldn't get top 4.
Right, and we would lose it by 1 point.
Yes. And so to be honest, that Oracle, I don't believe none of that anyway, because science ain't rules, all of that. And it's rubbish, to be honest. It is rubbish.
But you know what the funniest thing about that is, though? Is that the Premier League is sponsored by Oracle, which is a big computer company, right?
Yes.
And they have these supercomputers and AIs, right? That they ran the last day's matches. It was like over 100,000 different scenarios that they ran through for each match. And that computer pumped out a 96% certainty that Tottenham would beat Norwich today. So apparently that Oracle is correct. The math Oracle is correct.
Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Where's this 4% come from?
That's not...
There was no fucking way we were ever going to lose against Norwich today.
No.
Get computers out of this game. All these stats.
96%.
Go.
96% we were winning is a lot better than Will Kelly's Oracle telling us we're going to lose to Arsenal by 1 point.
That's more like syntax than Oracle.
You go back to Bob Stream's channel last night.
Who'd we lose? Colin?
You go back to Bob Stream's channel last night and you see the comments on the beginning about predictions for tomorrow, and I put 5-0 in there. And I was right.
Good job.
I was right.
I put 3-1, I think.
No,
I
put
put
5-0.
I was wrong. I'm horrible on score predictions, by the way.
So am I normally.
I put 4-0. I put 4-0, so I was only one behind you.
You know,
yeah, well done.
I'm great at making mathematical predictions that are actually based on real data, but horrible at guessing crap.
What did you put, Marcelo?
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I was just confident we're gonna win. We're gonna smash them. I don't think I put an official prediction, but I thought we're gonna beat them 3 or 4-0. You know.
Yeah.
I thought Sonny was gonna get a brace, and Kane and maybe Kulu would have scored, and it would have been like
Yeah.
4-0. But like
We got that
Kulu
right.
got a brace as well.
You got it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poole had a
Sort of
brace as well. Yeah.
Sort
Yeah.
of right.
How
And,
great is he, huh? Kulu.
Yeah, he's good.
You know-
He's been really good. But we've also
You know, one
got
of the
two.
go on.
Hold on one sec. We've also got two. We're going to be doing our post-season roundup show next Saturday or Sunday night, depending on whatever night is opposite of In the Wall. So and I might try to do it a little bit earlier than this show. But we'll be voting for. I put the categories out in the community section of the channel. So go back and see that out. Be thinking about it. I'm going to post the ballots or the polls for that tomorrow afternoon. So people will be able to vote. It'll be on Twitter, YouTube, and then also we'll do it live here on the stream next week. So you can get multiple vote-ins, but it'll be like best player, worst player, best panelist, worst panelist, like most boring panelist, like just kind of just fun all the way around. So I think most handsome is in there too. I don't remember what it's in there. Check the communities tab on the channel page and you can see that. But also too, make sure you hit that like button. But yeah, my question for you to do, we've always been talking about the league, but now I haven't seen a lot of channels actually talk about the match today. Man of the match. Who's your MOM for today?
Oh,
I think you'll have to give it to Sonny because he did get the golden boot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I'll
you got to give it to him.
Kulu.
I gave it on the Three Suns. I gave it to when the game was still like, I mean, we had control of the game since 1-0, but when it was still a game, I have to give it to the rejects, Bentacore and Kulu, because
Will do.
Yeah.
Rejects.
No, Kulu was the man of the match.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was excellent.
Yeah.
He was
Oh my
excellent.
god.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He's
I
a
was
wi-
at the match, so
He's
I
always
gotta
got
go.
a
Patrick,
ring.
you know that.
I would say that.
I gotta go with
My
Sonny
brothers.
though. I gotta go with Sonny. He got the golden boot, and
Yeah,
you
but
know
it
what?
was-
He was
the game
he
was already
was. Yeah, but listen. He was causing a lot. He should have had 5 or 6 goals today. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
causing
yeah.
so many problems in that Norwich defense.
Clever runs.
I mean, Kulu and Bentacore, they both the rejects. I said this like during halftime about the rejects are really having a good game, and I mean they don't get man of the match most often. I had to give it Kulu and Bentacore, man. I had to give it to
Yeah,
Wallace.
join.
You know, once it
Why
was
don't we do a triple one?
once Kulu scored that
Give it to
second
3
goal,
players.
I was like, the game is over. Get Sonny his golden. I would say get Sonny the whole game. The Sonny is golden boot, but the rest of the game, the game was basically get Sonny his golden boot, which he got it. But when it was still a game, I have to give the man of the match where it was still a game. Bentacore and Kulu, those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
Yeah.
with you, Mary.
But
I agree
if
with
you had to choose one, Mari, who would you choose?
It's strange enough, I
Kulu.
Bentacore, he started with that great run. I thought Bentacore played a really solid game today.
You know who was
Great
also
ball
really
into
good today?
Harry's goal there.
You know who was
From
also
Benson
really
Cole.
good today? I think Hoiberg. He didn't get a shout,
Yes.
but he was the one that started the first
Yeah.
goal.
My man.
That was a great ball over the top from Hoiberg.
Brilliant.
Pass,
See,
yeah.
he's got that in his locker. He's got
I
that
thought
in
you'd
his
like
locker.
that, Ali.
He's not a goal
Sometimes,
scorer.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
definitely got
I
that in his
do.
locker.
Because he always gets the rap, and he done quite a few good balls this season. That one to Kane against Leeds was fabulous.
Yeah, I agree
He's
with
got that in
Jay.
his locker.
I agree with Jay. Cool. Well, he said Cool's the man of the match, but the day belonged to Sonny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think if you look across the whole of the team right, yeah, and look across the whole of the 90 minutes, you'll find that everywhere in every different department, all the players stepped up. And they all played like without any type of major weakness. Even if you look at Hugo, for example, he was solid in goal. If you look at Sessinon or if you look at Royale, you know, even they played really well as well. And that's what you need. You need everyone to be supporting the overall team play. I mean, Bentacle stepped forward today to really get that first goal in. little tap across to Kulu to get his first goal in, and I thought to myself, you know what, the whole team is stepped up here, and I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried for 1 minute when I was watching that game, not for 1 second. And I think that's really kind of got rid of an awful lot of apprehension that we as Spurs fans have had for season after season. This looks like the beginning of something. And having said that, sometimes you get to a really good position at the end of the summer. I mean, at the end of the season. And then everything starts all over again in August. So, let's just hope, keep our fingers crossed that we can keep some of our key assets, like Conte, Kane. I think if we can make some of those deals more permanent, I've forgotten which one it was. Is it Kulu? To become permanent or Bentancur?
Yeah, all reports are that we're purchasing him, but we may do it in a weird way because what it was is we had an 18-month loan with Juventus. And so there was the option. So we can take that option at any time through that 18 months. So if we don't want to pay,
still on loan for another year, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think we have to pay like 3.5 million as a loan fee each year. So that's £7 million. But we don't have to pay the whole 30. But that 7 million goes towards the 35 if we activate the option, which we're going to have. So.
Just sign him up.
If we don't want to,
if you sign him up to a 5-year contract, then you've got yourself someone like very important. This position of the right winger, the inverted winger or the inverted forward, on the right hand side. We've had that missing gap for ages. We've had players go into that position, try to make it their own. There was even talk, maybe even more of taking that position and making it his own. But it really didn't suit anyone until Kulu came along. And, for a very young man, starting mid-season, I think he's done exceptionally well. Including Bentancur as well.
He's 21.
Maybe he's still 22, but he's 21.
Is it Kulu? Kulu, he's 22?
I think he just turned 22 like a week ago or something like that.
Yeah, well, to be honest...
we can get him, if we wait to permanently sign him till after his loan deal, then we can sign him for 5 years. We basically get a year for free. So I don't see us actually going out and locking that down right now when we don't have to, because we can buy. They can't pull him back, right? They can't recall him. It's against FIFA rules, right? So, whatever the loan contract period is that. And
the problem is that if you sign him after 1 more year, there's a good chance his wage structure is going to be absolutely, astronomical.
That's true.
If you tie him up this summer, you're going to get a decent, progression, sort of like pay rate and all that type of thing. It'll be much better for the club in terms of their expenditure. But you're right. The option is there for 3.5 million. It's not for nothing, but it's still 3.5 million is a lot of money. But then if you look at his wages, what's he going to start on? 100, 120? I reckon that would be good to go. Get him for 5 years, re-sign him again in 3 years.
120. That's pretty high for a 22-year-old.
Yeah, but come on, if you look at the way he's been playing so far, I mean, there's a lot of teams out there rubbing their hands.
But we got it. But I think that we need to be a little bit prudent, right? Like, he's a great player, but you got to remember, Dele Alli was fire for like his first 2-3 years, and then look what happened, right? So we don't need to get so far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Has Everton bought him, by the way? Has Everton bought him? Or...
The thing is, though, I will say about Dele, though. I will say about the difference with Kulu and Dele is Kulu seems to have a better mentality than Dele has.
Yes.
In terms of Dele, hold on a second. Dele relied a lot on Pochettino being a father figure to get him to being that player. He relies on a manager to kind of almost baby him for him to be a good player. While Kulu, as you've seen, Conte is not going to baby anybody, bro. If you're shit, you're shit. You know what I mean? If you're shit, you're shit. So Kulu, the fact that he can succeed under someone like Conte just shows that he is very mature for a person of his age. Where sometimes Dele, we kind of knew of his immaturity. It's something, it's kind of what I like. I like that about Dele, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think we all loved that about Dele. Was he was such a good player, but he was also kind of like a kid, so many times. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of feels good. But Kulu, there's a reason why sometimes we forget he's 22 because he doesn't really act like a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I didn't really see Dele's head go until he signed the big money contract, right? Like before he was on over 100 million or 100,000 pounds a week, I didn't really see his head go. He wasn't on TikTok being a doofus, right? His hair was normal. He was right. But once he hit that big payday with the new contract, the next year after that is when he started his own clothing company and started doing all this Fortnite BS and all the hair and the colors and the Dayton Pep's daughter and all this that, like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a good time. And so I'm afraid that if we dump, because Kulu wasn't on a lot of money at Juventus, and I'm afraid if we just dump, like, I'm not saying that will happen because he's a different person, but I'm saying that we need to be a little bit careful about how much responsibility we put on the shoulders of a 22-year-old. You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. I love Dele Alli. Those 2 goals against Chelsea when we played them away and he won us the game.
Yeah.
I love Dele Alli, but his head got afflicted with all the money, and you got Kulu now. He's not a lot of money. And did you see? Has anybody seen the reactions after the game today? Kulu was going up big in the pants. Yeah. He loves Tottenham already. He loves Tottenham. You know,
I don't
that's
think
the sort of players we want.
I can't see him being another Dele Alli, and I'm really not a Dele Alli
I hope
fan
he isn't.
at
I hope
all.
he isn't.
I think, Dele Alli had some good years, but the years that he had that were bad for Tottenham were so damaging to the rest of the squad. I was so glad when he left. So glad.
Yeah, and me.
Kulu's got a better stable home life as well. Dele had a broken family, and when Ericsson went, his form went as well.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot when Ericsson left, because he used to have a really good link up with Ericsson. Yeah. Anyway,
who's coming
but
in?
I gotta bring somebody in.
Oh,
The better Brazilian, James Buckets, is in the house.
On my days.
the boy from Brazil.
Just kidding. I like to pit Canadians and Brazilians against each other.
I don't know about all. Listen, big him up, big up Thiago, but.
Thiago. Nice beard, Thiago.
Big up, Thiago.
I don't know about the best person.
Big up.
I didn't say best. I said better. Like, the quicker picker upper. But I did also too want to say before we get Thiago's thoughts on the match today, there is 100 people watching and people are popping in and out. So I'm guessing that it's a lot of our Korean fans. So 좋아하고 구독 해줬으면 감사할게요. But also too 코멘트도 해가지고 제가 한국말 할 수 있으니까 변화도 해줄 수 있어요. 그래서 코멘트도 하고 구독도 하고 좋아도 했으면 좋아합니다. Also too, Norwich didn't have a single shot on target today.
Yeah.
No, we battered them, man. Listen, I was so confident this game. As soon as Arsenal lost to Newcastle, I was already celebrating. I was already putting the Champions League champagne out, and people were like saying, "Oh, you're Tottenham, you can't do that." And I'm like, listen, if you don't have confidence that your team can beat Norwich, who's been at the beach, who are probably just drinking beers, probably don't care. And if you don't have confidence, us playing that team when Sonny is chasing the golden boot, Kane is foaming at the mouth for Champions League football. Yeah. You have Antonio Conte, who's going to get, by the way, a $2.5 million bonus for this, right?
Deserves it.
Which he deserves. I'm not saying like he doesn't. He 100% deserves that. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Who's going to get a bonus from this? If you don't think that, everything doesn't go from our momentum and our way, like, if you don't have confidence in the team in that position, then we might as well don't belong in the Champions League, because God forbid when we go against fucking, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, you know what I mean, or something like that, you know what I mean. Then you're really not going to have any confidence, you know what I mean.
Marcelo, we deserve to be in the Champions League just to make sure that Arsenal's not in it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No. Listen, I was saying this last stream. I was telling Stel, Arsenal does not deserve to be in the Champions League. Players like Emile Smith-Rowe, Sakas, Martinelli, and I don't care if he's my countryman. I will rip him apart, bro.
Emerson,
Martinelli, listen, hey, guess what? Emerson's a Champions League player now, bro. Emerson's a Champions League player. Martinelli
played well.
Martinelli's got to get to his level. Martinelli's got to get to his level now, bro. You know what I mean?
As long as we don't try to do a swap deal with Middlesbrough for Spencer.
Those players do not deserve to be in the Champions League, bro. People like Son, Hugo Lloris, Kane, Romero, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bentancur, Kula, Sexy, bro. Those guys deserve to be in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Like, they deserve to be in the Bread Lofts. Emerson, bro. You know what I mean?
Emerson, no, bro. He's not quite as good as Coutinho, though.
No.
He played well today, though.
He's not near as good as the Irish Cafu.
Yes. Coutinho.
But I do want to get Thiago's thoughts on the match today. What were your thoughts today on the pounding that we gave Norwich?
Not really thoughts during the game, since I was a few beers in already. But yeah, really happy, cannot complain about the game. 5-0, no real trouble. Thankfully, because I really thought it was going to be one of those where Norwich was going to score first and we would have to run after the result, but we didn't. 5-0, Sonny scoring twice. Golden Boot, Kulusevski scoring twice as well. Now, sit back and enjoy the summer, hopefully with good signings.
That's right. We can sit back. We can enjoy the show if we get good signings. Bobby K with the Canadian £5 here says, "Oh, what a night watching Tottenham on a Wednesday night." That is my favorite Spurs song of all time. If you guys haven't checked out him and his kids' channel, I was on yesterday for the Norwich pre-match show. Mari was on.
I watched that, Will. I did watch that, Will.
Mari was on for the post-match show with the lads earlier today. So go over and
watched that as well. I watched that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what happens when you're lacking wall coverings? You get an echo. Oh, sorry, I'm reading Bryce's comment, but not. But
listen, Ozzy's got an amazing beard. I must say, Ozzy, you have an absolutely amazing beard. I just trimmed mine down from that size. Oh my days, I'm envious. Beard envy here.
I like what he's wearing as well. Cool.
Yeah, just letting it all hang out today, you know. I probably haven't changed since my pajamas since I got up, stayed up late to watch us beat Alan Partridge FC. You know,
it's not that late for you, or that. I mean, it's pretty early still there for you. I mean, it's what, noonish?
Yeah, well, the kickoff was at 1 o'clock, so I managed to get a couple of like half an hour's sleep after the Spanish Grand Prix, and then watch all the football unfold, and yeah, it was glorious, absolutely glorious.
Yeah.
I had a bad day watching the game. My youngest son, had a rec tournament. Normally, recreation league doesn't play in tournaments, but his team decided to enter into a tournament. They lost all their matches, but they played a lot harder teams than they'd ever faced before. They'd only lost 2 games out of 10, I think, all season in the regular league. But then when they went to this tournament, it was a little bit higher level, and they lost all their matches. But my youngest son, God bless him, he plays football like Romero. He doesn't have the on the ball technical ability, but this kid is everything his brother's not, and everything not that his brother is. So he doesn't like to practice. He doesn't like to train. But he has steel balls for a 10-year-old kid. I mean, he's maybe 5'3", 80 pounds soaking wet. and he was taking on kids that were 5'8", probably 150, 160 pounds, and just bodying them, no fear, just smashing people all across. Was getting in between the ball and them. It was a good day, but I had one eye on the phone for the first half, and one eye on the field while he was watching. Or while he was playing. So the first half was rough for me, but the second half I got to watch.
You should call that son Hoybier. Brilliant name for him.
Yeah.
But he loves to defend. Like he's
So does Hoybier.
yeah, he's even when the coach asks him to play forward, he doesn't want to. He likes to defend. Like he just likes to, and he likes to get stuck in. So like he'll see a midfielder. Yeah, he sees a midfielder coming down the field, and if the midfielder clears the midfield, he just immediately runs up and gets in him, bodies hitting elbows, and he hits these big kids so quickly and with such bravery that they almost don't know how to handle it, even though they could just literally just flick him over and he could do it. But I wish I had taken some video of it, and that's why I'm like a little bit sunburned. My face looks a little. Yeah. It's because I've been out in the sun for 2 days.
He's like Romero as well, then.
Yeah, it's like
he's like Romero more than Hoybier.
No.
Yeah, he's like Romero.
Garamamba.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Romero too, a little bit, to be honest. So except with longer hair. But if Romero had like, I don't
Gary
know.
Mabbott was more of a fair player. He could tackle brilliantly, but he wasn't like a hard man like Graham Roberts or Romero.
Graham Roberts, now you're talking
but he was technically brilliant defender.
All he needs to do is get his
best defenders ever.
All he needs to do is get his ball. He's only been playing, like he played when he was U7, U8, and then he quit for 2 years. He didn't want to play.
Oh.
And so he's a U11 now, but he's playing with the U12s. I gave him a little bit of break, and then he didn't really want to play this year, but I made him. But after this season and after his success that he's kind of had playing defense, he said to me today, he's like, "Dad, can I play again next season?" I was like, "Hey, yeah, I can, bud." So that's good.
You're a good dad, Will. You're a good dad.
I try to be.
Well done for encouraging him. Yes. Well done.
I try to be. But on the game today, just so people know, like we talked about man of the matches. For me, like believe it or not, I probably wouldn't give Son the mom today, the MOTM man of the match. I thought that he wanted that golden boot so bad. He was kind of swiping at chances, just kind of being a little bit rushed and too much on it. And then, but now that he, once he scored that first goal, then he kind of, got the monkey off his back and loosened up, and then the nerves kind of went with it. But
that was the feel good moment of the season. I'm gonna say that right now. When he scored that goal, and everybody was on top, because for him it was like so surreal. You can tell, like, he really wanted that golden boot, and he was getting so many chances, and it just wasn't going his way. And at one point I was like thinking, Tim Krul, you are a cruel person, because just let Sonny get his freaking golden boot, man. But at one point it looked like he wasn't going to get it, and then he finally, like you said, he finally got that monkey off his back. And then when he caught that second goal, man, just seeing the Tottenham players lift him up, and you can see him scream, because Sonny's a humble guy. You know what I mean? He's not a guy that's, he's not going to be like, oh, look at me, look how big of a player I am, look how great I am. Even though he very well in his right, can brag and be that type of player. But he's not that flashy player. He's not that player that's going to, be posting on his Instagram about his flashy cars or all of his achievements. He's not that type of player. So you can see like how, good it felt for him to just like finally like let that out, like I don't know, like it was so sweet, man.
Yeah.
Has everybody seen his dressing room speech?
Not yet. I haven't seen it. Somebody sent me the link. I haven't watched it yet. But Mari's got to hit the road. He said he's got an early day tomorrow, last day of school or some crap like that.
Yeah, it's ceremonies. It's last.
Oh yeah.
In Florida, is the last week of school, and so we have the lower grades. They have their ceremonies tomorrow, and so I gotta get to school earlier. And then on Tuesdays, the older grades, basically grades K to 2 is tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, grades 3 to 5. And so it's a big day for my students, and so it's just I gotta get all this rest, take a lot of pictures and
Good teacher.
all this hoopla with their parents and stuff. So yeah, and then I'm on summer break, and so which will be good.
And he's gonna be streaming 12 days a day. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I can do the morning shows. I can do the morning shows. So,
but you got 3 months of doing nothing. You're a teacher, right? So you don't got to do none of that stuff. So you might as well stream every day. Build that channel up, man. Get that roll running.
Yeah, I'll be remote starting next week from Mexico for 2 weeks.
I see what you're doing.
And then 1 week.
Yeah.
And then in July, Puerto Rico. So I'll be streaming internationally. So it should be fun.
Mexico, Puerto Rico, and all kinds of stuff. So I see what you're doing. I see where the priorities are.
Man, I really wish the World Cup was this summer, man. I hate that.
I know it's gonna be a bummer. We got Nations League though.
November. It's my birthday.
So does that mean that Memorial Day weekend's next weekend for you guys?
Yeah, it's weird. Well, Memorial Day, yes, next weekend.
Next weekend.
This is a long weekend for us this weekend in Canada. Usually it's around the same time as Memorial Day, but
Ours is next weekend. It's always the last weekend in May.
Last
What
weekend.
is Memorial Day? What is Memorial Day?
Memorial Day is a day that honors all. It's kind of like your guys's. What do you call that? Where you got the lily or the
flower,
whatever, flower on their chest. It's to honor all the people who have died in war.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like Remembrance Day.
Yeah, Remembrance Day.
Yeah, so Veterans Day is for people who served but didn't die, and Memorial Day is for people who died.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like Remembrance Day, yeah.
And actually, with that, my mom just brought me food, so I'm gonna go eat, boys. I wanted to wait for Stel. Where's Stel, bro? Where's that guy?
You're gonna have to wait till next week.
He gone hiding, bro.
No, he hadn't gone hiding. I talked to him earlier today, and he sent me a bunch of pictures. I think he's just been busy, man. Like he's kind of he's got the conference in the day. He's got the conference in the day, and then he's got. But anyway, before we do that, we gotta let Mari go. So everybody go subscribe to Mari Spurs channel while you're watching this show here. Really good show. The name is going to be changing soon. It's just going to be what? Spurs Lounge?
Spurs Lounge.
Spurs Lounge is what we're going to be called. Is the whole channel or just that show is going to name change?
Oh, the show. The show will be the.
Okay, so Mari Spurs channel is the channel where they go subscribe. The show that he does on Wednesday nights is going to be Spurs Lounge. Correct?
Spurs Lounge, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Gotcha. Everybody can follow Marcelo on Twitter. Hasn't been super active lately, but more so.
Oh no. Listen, bro.
I need to hit that. I need to put you on alerts.
Check my Twitter. Go check my Twitter recently, bro. I had a bunch of gooners.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff lately.
Bunch of gooners retweeting me saying, "Oh, look at you. We're gonna get top 4. We're gonna do this. Ha ha ha. You know, Saka's the best."
Did they say?
Gifts.
Where are you, Tottenham?
Bro.
Come outside, Tottenham fans.
No. Will, I said just wait till the end of the season. They were cooking me, bro. After we got the Champions League, I spent at least 2 hours because listen, I'm in bed all day. You know what I mean? Like with my knee and everything, I ain't gonna go anywhere. But so I spent like at least 2 hours on Twitter making sure all those gooners who retweeted me, who had the audacity to say anything, I cooked them, bro. I made a cooking session. You can call me Chef Ramsay, bro. Marcelo Ramsay, bro, because I cooked all them gooners, bro. And rightfully so. If you're on Twitter and you see a gooner try to pipe up, bro, just you know what ruins their day? Just send that Europa League gift, bro. That beautiful Europa League gift, and just say have fun at the away days and Insta Bowl. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
That's it.
Marcelo,
Marcelo.
in England, there's loads and loads of banter sites. We're all bantering all the Arsenal fans now, giving them what for? Come on.
They deserve it. They deserve it.
They do.
No.
Stupid
No.
gits.
Now, Marcelo, when are you going to come with the Irish Hotspur? Because I love them shows when you were
Oh,
on
the Irish
them.
Hotspur? Oh, I was there
Yes.
today. I was on
Oh,
today.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
that, man. I
Yeah.
did not see that, man. I
Nah,
love
it's
them
just-
shows.
it's
When
just-
you
it's
were
just-
on with him,
Yeah, it's just tough for me because this year I've been working. I've been looking
yeah.
at what degree I'm gonna pursue. What stuff like that. So
I love you, man. Big up,
He just got
Marcelo.
muted for some reason, Marcel.
yeah, no, it's been a busy
love him too.
busy year for me.
Yeah,
So I
Marcel's
wasn't
still a
able-
young guy, so he's gotta focus on his schooling and
You hurt your
working
knee.
and
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I hurt my knee pretty badly
Can we-
playing
Can
the
we call you
beautiful
Ledley
game.
King?
Yeah. Hey, a Ledley
You've got a
King.
Ledley King knee.
I'm the Ledley King, but without the skills, I would say. You know what I mean?
he got cashed.
Yeah.
No, I ain't.
No. It wasn't a bad foul. I don't know. Like I was weird because, we were 2-0 down. And I tried. I was driving up the pitch, and I don't know. Maybe my foot or something. It was weird because like my foot almost planted on the ground, and all I heard was pop in my knee, and just gone. And I was on the ground. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. You twist the wrong way, and there it goes. But we'll be back. We'll be all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Thanks for
sorry,
coming
man.
on, man.
Put
Thanks for
some
coming
ice it,
on.
man. Put some ice.
Yeah, I've been putting some
Some
ice.
ice
It's
on
been
that
looking
knee.
better. I've been able to twist it, so twist it around. So it's been good.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a great day. Love you. And
Love
come
you
on,
too,
your
brother.
show.
You're welcome
Marcelo.
anytime. You know that.
Cheers, man.
Thanks for coming
Marcelo.
on. Big up, Marcel. And we've got also too. We've got 80 something people watching right now. It keeps going up and down, up and down. Smash that. We only have 80 likes though, but there's 100 or 1,029 views already. So make sure you smash that like button. Let's get the stream up to 100 likes in the next 10 minutes. Smash that like, people, if you haven't already. I do want to talk about one other thing about next season. If we are properly backed, where do you see us finishing in the league? Scott M, I'll come to you when you're back if you're still there.
I'm here. I lean back and then you can't even see anything. So
Gotcha.
my chair. So I
Mine
just
too.
sit on. So rather than have everybody just look at the window behind me, I just close my.
Windows are nice. Do you live so far north that it's light 24 hours a day? Is that the deal?
No, it's only 8:00 here, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it'll be dark here now, probably, I don't know, 9:30, 10, and then in the middle of summer it'll go till about 11. But not that. I mean, I'm
11?
only an
That's pretty
hour
late.
away from the U.S. border,
Oh, okay.
right? Most
Yeah.
of Canada, most of the population's within 4 hours or some stat like that of the U.S. border, right? Most.
Yeah.
So.
I just forgot that you were so far west.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's only 8:00 here, 2 hours back of you. So.
Yeah. But so where do you think that we'll finish next season, and why?
With the proper backing or something close to it.
Like 3 or 4 guys of quality.
Yeah, within a reason. We don't need to get into the details of that, and we can get into that later if we are in the summer. But I think probably third. I think we talk about, a lot of people say we can close the gap between Manchester and Liverpool, but you have to remember too, right? Those guys are buying players too. They're not run by Daniel Levy. They're not taking 500 days off. So I think it would take a lot to compete with them. We had a great season. I think what did we finish? 20 some odd points behind both of those.
Yeah, because we lost 11 or 12 games. That's a lot.
So I mean, 20 points is a lot to gain in one season, especially when we're talking about this level of the table. So I think third. I think that's what we do, right? If we can get into, so like I said, there's kind of the 3 tiers right now: the City, Liverpool, then Chelsea's kind of on that tier by themselves. We get up there where we're challenging City or Chelsea. What I'd like to see even is we go into those games against City and Liverpool. And I know we've had success points-wise with them, But even when we played Liverpool, right, we were fairly happy to sit back, and our goal was just sit back. I'm not saying we have to go head to head, but it would be nice if we kind of gave them more of a challenge. We went into that thinking that he could really play with them. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And then I don't know how realistic it is to get a cup. One of the hard parts about it now is like City and Liverpool are going hard for those, right? They're not taking them
Yeah.
off.
No, they're not.
Even if we improve, it's hard to win those cups still. So,
And even
If
if
we
they
could win one,
rotate
that
4
would
or
be
5
great.
players, it's not a big difference in the quality of the team they're putting out, right? So.
yeah,
But
that's it. Right? Even if you said, even they put their kind of not their B team, but their B plus team out there is still pretty darn good and can win. So, but we have the chance. Like if we didn't have Conte, if we didn't have that, we'd be talking about let's just hope we can get into 4th and go on a miracle cup run, and we should be past that now. That's what I'm hoping for. Past even having to hope. Let's actually go out there and start challenging these things.
yeah, what about you, Mark? Where do you think we're going to finish next season, and why?
Right.
Not just
if
where,
we're-
but why we're going to finish there too.
Yeah, all right. If we're looking at if we get the players Conte wants, then I can see us challenge him for the title, because that's what Conte does. Conte wants to challenge for titles. That's what he wants. That is what he wants. He wants to challenge for titles. And if he gets the players he wants, then I can see us making a title challenge. Whether we'll win it or not, it's here or there. You seen what happened today? It was Liverpool, then it was Man City, and Man City won it. Whether we compete with the money thing that Man City have got is it's it is what it is. But hopefully we can make a title challenge and maybe win a cup. Please, let us win the FA Cup. Let us win the FA Cup. Because the last time we won it, my hero lifted it, Gary Mabbott. Gary Mabbott is my hero. Because he is a type 1 diabetic like I am. And I'd love it. I'd love it if we won the FA Cup. That would do me.
Yeah.
It
be
would.
good.
It would do me.
I think we'd do all. I think we'd all be pretty happy with it. The next person in line is Mr. K. Where do you think we are going to finish next season, and why?
Personally, I believe that we're going to win the league.
Yes.
And
Big up,
if we
Mr.
don't
K.
win the league, we're probably going to lose by maybe 1 or 2 points. I see. I've been keeping quiet about an awful lot of what I think is going on because I've been waiting to see the final match against Norwich. I wanted to know whether or not we'd exercised, got rid of all our, skeletons and ghosts and everything.
Yeah, all the
And
demons.
If all the demons that we've had, because if you look at all the last games of the last few years, we've always ended badly in the season, always. But right now, you saw the whole team come together. There's definitely a lift inside there. Conte now, I believe that with top 4, he's probably going to fulfill the rest of his contract. That's for sure. Okay, and I don't see him as a person that's thinking, all right, next season, top 4, that's our cup. If we're lucky, we might get something along the side. I don't see him being that type of man.
No.
He's the type of guy that wants to win. Now, you don't have to basically spend money like Man City did. Right? If you look at, for example, Liverpool, fair enough, they spent money on their goalkeeper and a defender. But if you look at our striking 3 that we've got at the front, and you look at the midfield, you think to yourself, you know what, we could actually have the backbone of a really good squad. All we need to do is flesh it out a little bit more so that it can endure the many competitions that come along the way. Because that's always been the problem. You go away on a Wednesday night, you come to play on a Saturday, and you're lethargic, you're slow, you're half a second off the pace. And if you look at the first 3 minutes of any game that Tottenham's played, if they've played with hesitation in the first 3 minutes, or they've played with a slightly slow, where they don't know what they're doing, we always end up in trouble in those games. Right now, we're not starting with that. we're starting much better. And I think that's the case. So next season, I think that we're going to be smacking at the top. I think that we might win it. I think that next season could be our season. But then again, I'm a Spurs fan. So come on, you Spurs.
Deluded.
Exactly.
And I got a comment coming through, just popped up on StreamYard. Watching Tottenham on a Wednesday night. You play Thursday because you're fucking shy. That's my pal Simos. He's a gooner. So enjoy those Thursday nights. But I moved people. Tiago. Were you finished, Mr. K? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. We're winning the league. Come on, you Spurs.
Win the league. Come on. Tiago.
I love that positivity.
Tiago. Where do you think we'll finish next season? And why?
Tough question. I'd say third as well. I don't see Man City and Liverpool dropping. Of course, there are talks about Mo Salah, him
and Mane, by the way, his contract's running out.
Yeah. Talks that
is Mane going to free this season? I thought somebody from Liverpool was contract was over this year.
I don't remember. I know that Salah is going to the last year, and they are not renewing him because they don't want to get his wages too high, so other players don't ask for the same amount of money. But still, if Salah goes, they already have replacements. They have good players in their squad already. I think all of the three, like the first front three for Klopp, are out of contract. Maybe Firmino.
Firmino.
Yeah.
I don't
know. City, they're not gonna drop. If they're not gonna get Haaland, maybe the biggest weakness of their squad. Not having a striker, now they have a top quality one, or at least the best prospect in the world.
Yeah.
Chelsea have a lot to respond in the summer. They're falling backwards.
I think they're gonna have to sell a lot of players to improve.
Yeah, and the problem is it's not Abramovich anymore.
Yeah, so the gravy train's been cut off, right? So.
Yeah.
Well, there is one positive. We're not playing Burnley anymore. Thank God for that.
That's right. They went down today. I was right about that too, by the way.
We're playing Leeds.
Good old Leeds.
We are playing Leeds, so that's good.
Yeah,
wherever went on.
Big up to Jesse Marsh over there in Leeds, keeping him up just like I knew he would. Miss Ellie's turn now to tell us where we will finish and why.
Right, that is a tough question, but I think we're going to go close, but I don't think we're going to quite get first. Maybe second, because I can see Liverpool are going to lose Salah. That's a lot of goals gone from their team. Chelsea are going to be in transition. They're going to be got the financial problems as well. So I think maybe second, but we could get first if Conte gets the players that he wants. We could really mount a challenge. I agree with Mr. K as well. We could mount a challenge where we can go first, but we'd have to be at our very peak, and we have to get those key players in.
Yeah, I think we'd have to have a strong January too.
There's a few jigsaws missing from our team that's going to make us go into that elite section, because we're fourth, and the table doesn't lie. So we've got to improve on that to go either second or first. But we've got a fantastic elite manager who can get a tune out of bloody Davis and Dyer. Come on. If he can get a tune out of them, what he can do with the better players, I think we can push for that first, or we might just fall short and finish second. But I'll be happy with an FA Cup, and I'll be happy with a really good Champions League challenge, and even going to the final again. That would be so fantastic. And I think Conte's got it in him to get us there.
I think if we got out of the group stages, that would be an amazing feat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
As long as we get a trophy, Will. If we get a trophy, if it's the league title, fantastic. We haven't won it since 1961. That's a long time. Is it 61 years?
You were born
So-
you were born.
I was born in 1962, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
good question. I'll bring it up in a minute.
I certainly wasn't born, and I'm next oldest to you.
Yeah, my brother Boo, who I mention a lot, he was born in 1961, and we call him the lucky child, and he's
Yeah.
going to be
Ellie,
64 this year.
Yeah.
you're not old enough. You're not old enough to be my mother.
I'm coming up to 60 in November when the World Cup starts.
Oh, Will is 60 as well.
Yeah, you're old enough to be my aunt,
I
though.
look young though. I think I look young for my age.
Yeah. My mom is like 4 or 5 years older than you.
Can I just say
Okay.
about the World Cup? I will be over there. I am going to
Because I'm 42, so I mean, unless you had a
Oh, you're
kid when you were
going.
17, which I guess is technically possible.
Of course, it's possible.
I've got a 37-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I'm 42, so that's 5 years. It's the same age. So you probably had your daughter the same age that my mom had me, right? Around 2021, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you're old enough to be my aunt, because my mom has younger sisters that are about your age.
I am.
I am going
So
to.
I'm going to
I
call
don't
you
know
Auntie
who you are.
Ellie.
Yeah, you can call me Auntie Ellie. You can call me Ellie Hoybier as well if you want.
Ellie Hoiber, I'll call you that too. But now I'll give my take on it. And mine's going to be a little
Okay.
bit more based. We finished 3 points below Chelsea this season, right? They finished today 74 points. We're on 71 points. I think that we'll finish above Chelsea next season. I don't necessarily see... I think that this change, this transition, is going to affect them in ways they may not even make top 4 next season, in my opinion. That's conjecture. I don't have any statistical data or math to really lock that in, but we got that. I think that that's the way that that's going to be. I think if we sign 3 or 4 quality players ready for the now that fill the main gaps, right? Not 3 or 4 quality players in positions we don't necessarily need, but I mean the big holes in the squad, right?
Yeah.
And those first team players, they have to be first team. They have to push who's starting now into the squad, right?
Yeah.
That we can compete. And here's why, right? I'm not saying we will win the league, but I'm saying we will be close. And here's why.
Yeah.
We beat City twice. We drew with Liverpool twice.
Yeah.
We lost 11 games and drew 5, right?
Yeah.
If we could drop those 11 to 6 or 5, right? That puts us within 2 to 3 points of Manchester City and Liverpool. Do I think that we will win the league? Maybe, right? Do I think that we can get within 3 points of second? Like really be up there, right? Because you're only talking 1 point separating the two of them. Do I think that we can hit that 87, 88 point range? I think we can if we sign the right players.
Just once in my lifetime. Just once in my lifetime. I've told you I'm 51 and I've never seen us win the league. Just please.
Before we top it.
Well, you got 30 more years. You got 30 more years than you by average, according to the UK's
I'm 9
average.
years older than you.
Just please. I've seen us win FA Cups. All right, the FA Cup. I'd love it if we won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But just
I think 2 years.
win me the league. Just win
You're
me the
basically
league.
saying before you top it, and it, Mark, before you top it, you want us to win the league.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow.
Yeah.
I want to see it. My dad saw it.
Of course.
My dad saw it. He's Tottenham. My dad's a Tottenham fan as well. And he saw it. Like in 61, he saw it. And he always said to me, He said, "I've seen something that you won't see. Tottenham win the league."
Oh my God, he jinxed us.
Yeah, it's my own man's fault. Yeah,
I think 2 years from now is a better chance for that. One, Liverpool. I think that's when all their guys we were talking about, Salah, Mane,
Yeah, move on.
Firmino, they have a bunch of guys who are done in 2023, right? So they and I mean Thiago. I don't know if he's out there, but he's getting older. Henderson's getting older. Like they're going to start having to replace
Even Van Dijk's getting older.
Their midfield, right? And they've done a good job up front. Like I know if they lose Salah, Mane, like Jota, Diaz might not, and the Carvalho, I think that's his name, the kid they're bringing in from Fulham. They might not be right at that level, but they're not a big drop off, right? But their midfield, I know they have Harvey Elliott, and they like the is it Williams that plays? They have another young kid from their academy, but I think that's when they're gonna have to make sure they're still hitting like they have. So because with all those guys potentially leaving, that leaves Liverpool kind of open. And of course, City. I mean, I know if we're talking about winning the league, and City's still great, and Liverpool isn't. But it's a little bit easier if you're not just competing with both those clubs that are really. I mean, I think both of them. I'm not sure what their the historical point totals are, but I think this year both whatever Liverpool had would have won the league many years, right? That point total.
Yeah. I mean, I think they both almost came close to 100 this year before last.
And last
that was
year
amazing.
Before, and so they're not just good teams. They are really like quality teams that the league doesn't
98,
have.
97.
And then last season they barely got third. Like they creeped into the top four in like the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season. Right.
But realistically, if you want to win the league, you kind of have to like do something about the number of games that we've lost this season. We've lost 11 games. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, there was a season when we lost, I think, 2 games or 3 games, something like that. About that season when we got 88 points.
Well, the thing that I see that's encouraging for me is it isn't the big teams other than Chelsea, that are really giving us a hard time. It's the Burnleys in the South. If we can just if we can just not lose to anyone in the bottom 10 all next season, I would feel a lot more confident of being, because if we go back and we look at our results, let's just do a quick math thing here. Clubs, Tottenham, what we would have been if we wouldn't have lost to a team in the top 6, let's say. We would have
millions.
Brentford, we would have 2 more points. That puts us on 73. Brighton, that puts us on 76.
Southampton,
Burnley,
the one away.
Southampton, Brighton,
Southampton, Brighton.
I already added Broughton. That puts us to 76. I'm just going in order here. Manchester United, they're technically still in the top 6, so we'll leave them.
That's 6 points.
Yeah, and then we got, it's 5 points. 70 wants to put us at 76. Then we got Burnley away. That's 79 points.
Palace away.
Wolves at home.
Palace away.
Yeah, Wolves at home. That puts us at
82.
85 with Southampton.
Crystal Palace away.
Southampton, we drew with Southampton. Add 2 more points to that.
Yeah, Crystal Palace away.
West Ham away.
87. We can easily get close to him if we just not.
Lost to West Ham away.
I think that's the reason why I said about winning the league, is because I looked at the overall gameplay that we did, and it seems to me that the team is starting to improve on stability. They're not panicking so much, even if they go like a goal down. And that's what you want to see. You want to see that togetherness of the team, where they defend together, they progress together, and they score together. And that team cohesionness of, like Conte was telling them, that you need to kill the opposition when you get that chance. And having those 3 strikers, up front, Seski, Son, and Kane, it's a deadly attack. We have got one of the most deadliest attack in Europe. It's the fact that we're capitulating certain games. But I think that's been a learning process so far this season, where they're learning to get rid of that. And I think Conte will take that steps forward And I think he's already proved it. You know, that game when Dohertino and I think it was either Cess or Reggie, when they started scoring goals together in one game, that's when Conte turned around and said, look, I'm finally starting to see my system being played. And that means basically anyone, anywhere can attack.
Yeah.
So if you look at the movement today, for example, you see Benteke suddenly leaving the midfield and being our most progressive forward player. You know, and running out there, seeing a gap and then running into it. So I think what Conte is bringing to our team is that everyone in the team can win, can score a goal, and that we need to defend together as a unit, and we need to have solid, players in our defense, which I think we can only improve upon. We got Romero, Dyer's playing all right. We just need one more player.
I have said that if we get the right signings, then we can challenge for the league next year.
Yeah.
And I believe that. We just need the right signings.
Yeah.
Maybe three or four signings, and we will be up there in the league next year. Come on, you Spurs.
But we are at the 2 hour mark. We're at the 2 hour mark, so make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. 구독하고 좋아요 부탁드립니다. That's for you, Tiago. Tabom.
Yeah.
92 likes now. We need 8 more to get to 100. Let's do that right now. Yeah. Let's get to 100 likes right now. Smash that like button.
I'm going to have to cut off the smash the like button.
Smash that like button.
I don't even know how to do it. I've smashed the like button already.
Don't break your phone, though, when you smash it.
No. Well, I'm going to have to leave.
You got to go?
Like button.
Did you say you have to go, Mark?
No.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got to go. I ain't got to go. But if I was going to smash the like
Been
button,
on the podcast. What are you about?
I'd have to leave.
Oh, because you're on the broadcast with your phone. Gotcha.
I'm on my phone.
95 likes, 5 more to hit 100. Smashing that like button, hitting that like button, caressing it, fondling it.
Come on, people.
Tickling it. Whatever
give it a right bomb. Give it a right bomb.
Come on. Smash the like button.
Yeah, I can say what I thought.
Yeah. Give it a right bomb.
Talking about like what you said, if we can get those points against some of the teams, and Mr. K says with those 3 players we have a good attack. I think one of the issues that we're having, and Savo was talking about it today, about how we're a functional team, right? And one of the problems, like you think back to that Burnley Brentford, those 2 games in a row, it just seemed like Kane and Son and Kulu weren't really at their best, and we just had nothing. We had no options to bring on. We had no options to change it up. So if we're talking about bringing in players, that's why I think it's important. I know some people have been talking about, say, Divock or Origi, and if he's coming in, fair enough. But there has to be a better attacking player coming in with him, right?
Like,
and we need somebody.
Gabriel Jesus for me would be a better option than Origi.
Yeah. This is where we need
or Raheem Sterling.
This is where we need depth.
Thiago's gonna go mental. Thiago doesn't like Jesus.
But even Jesus compared to Sterling, what I like about Jesus is that he can play all 3, right? He can play left, center, right. Sterling's a great player, but I don't really think he can lead. He can be fill-in for Harry Kane. So I would love. I mean, I don't think he's possible for Milan. Rafael Leao. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Maybe I don't know. Thiago, if you know how to pronounce it better, because I think he's Portuguese. But somebody like that where they can play all 3 positions would be ideal.
Yeah. But Thiago, everybody needs a little Jesus in their lives. You don't like Jesus?
Ain't Jesus
I like
good
Jesus.
to Arsenal?
I don't like Jesus. That's different.
You don't like Jesus?
No, you don't know. Raheem Sterling's got as many goals as Harry Kane. He has.
Yeah. Gabriel Jesus has scored quite. I think this is one of his best seasons in a while, ain't it?
Gabriel Jesus has scored 19.
Nah, the last few months, like the first 3 games, he was very good. Then he dropped, and then when he got linked to Arsenal, he just turned into prime R9, and that was it.
Yeah, I think Mike
8 goals this season.
Like Arsenal's gonna boost up his price, so it's not worth it. But
no, I think he's gonna go Arsenal. because
Yeah.
Edu worked in the Brazilian national team, so he knows Gabriel Jesus. They're friends. It's the right move for him.
Why would Jesus
Yeah, but
want to go
will he-
to?
There you go.
Will
You got 100 likes now.
Would he want why would he go to Arsenal?
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I
he
don't
can.
think so.
98, 101, there
They'll
you
pay
go.
more for him, and he can
Why do
play
you wanna
all the
be
time. He
playing
can be their
Champions
main
League
attacking
final?
player.
Arsenal
He
don't have a
plays
striker. let's be
Thursday
honest.
because he's fucking shy.
They don't have a striker, so for him it's better to go and play than stay in the shadow of Erling Haaland. So why would
Yeah,
you
I mean, I just don't. Do you think he wants to? Like, does he not want to play in the Champions League? Is that not important to him?
Obviously not. Obviously not.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. He
As a
might. I just
Brazilian,
think if
I would
Arsenal's willing to
say-
pay 50 million, are we going to match that level of? You know what I mean? That's
Look,
what I'm.
there are
I don't
players.
know. For him, 50 million is a bit high.
No, Daniel Levy, probably not.
There are players in Brazil who have passion for their clubs and what they've done. I think the biggest example is Daniel Alves. He just
Yeah.
loves the club he goes, but most Brazilians kind of just go for the money. So if they offer him the money, he goes. And the goal for him, I don't think is Champions League. He wants to play, but for me, the goal is have game time to get back into the Brazil squad for the World Cup, especially after going 2018, playing with the number 9 of the biggest national team in history and not scoring a single goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a question for you though. How much does a 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola cost in Brazil?
Interesting.
20 ounce.
20 ounce is,
Do you need milliliters?
yeah.
I think 20 ounces is what? 280, 300 milliliters. Hold on.
The supersized bottle.
Yeah, that's a big bowl.
A big bottle.
That's one massive bottle. I'm telling
No.
you straight.
Maybe it's not that much
We don't
then.
have
Maybe
big
I'm
bottles
off.
like that in England.
150 milliliters, maybe.
1.5 litre. We've got
That's about a couple of quid
1
now.
litre.
It would be. It depends. If you're
It says
going
20
for a
ounces is 500 milliliters.
Half a litre.
Small bottle. Half
probably
litre.
around $10.
$10. So that
No,
means,
our currency.
Expensive.
yeah, $10 your
Oh.
currency. So that means
How much
so
is
it's
that
about
in sterling?
it's about $2 here in the US. In Canada it's like $30. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't buy it.
Yeah,
That's
all
about
right.
as much as I hope.
I know there's a living crisis going on, but crikey, it can't be that bad.
All right.
I just
Poor
like, because they're
Canadians.
right above us, and I just like giving them crap about their currency. It's pretty fun. I was like going to Canada. It's like I was like, I kept buying crap, and I was like, I'm not spending any money. Like, what's going on?
Is that
Those bottles are about
50p
£1.80.
But it's
Yeah,
probably how
it's like
English people feel
€150.
when they come to the United States. Like Stella right now is probably like, man, going
My
a long
daughter,
way.
my
But,
youngest daughter is in Florida at the
So I'm
moment.
trying to see what the purchase power of your currency is. So 10 real is about $2. That means $1 is about 5 real, I guess, in purchase power.
Yeah.
So $1,000 would be like 5,000 real.
My
Some things
youngest-
cost more.
My
What does a house go for in Brazil? Like maybe, I don't know. Let's say 1,000 square meters. You have no idea, do you?
You're asking
40,000,
Us?
50,000.
That's it?
My
A
youngest
small one. For
daughter,
example, the house I grew up
Can't buy a
in
shed in London for that.
that had 2 suites, a bedroom, living room, kitchen, and dining room. I don't know like the number of it like that.
my youngest
Probably around
daughter, my youngest
bedrooms?
daughter is in
100K.
Florida. My
400K, but that's like 100K, less than 100K in the US if you're doing like a 5-to-1 purchase ratio. So 300. I need to move to Brazil then, I guess.
Now, hang on a minute. My youngest daughter is in Florida at the moment.
Like, if you
She's on
move
holiday.
to Brazil,
She's on holiday in Florida. Big up Shannon. She won't watch, she's a Man United fan. But my youngest daughter is in Florida at the
How did
moment.
that happen?
Hey, what?
How did that happen? She became a Man United fan.
When she was a baby, I bought her a Tottenham.
It's like 81K, dude.
Tottenham baby grow, but she didn't accept it.
In my
My
family,
youngest-
nobody else supports any. My family.
Yes, I
were
know.
all
I know,
Spurs.
Ellie. I know, Ellie. I've let you down. I know,
Nobody,
Ellie. I do
nobody would
Guys,
get away with
guys,
it.
guys, sorry to interrupt. I know Scott's got to leave, but before you go, right, yeah. If there was one midfield player that we could bring in that could be a magician in our midfield, can you think of one off the top of your head before you go?
Ericsson.
Realistic or unrealistic? I mean,
Realistically.
ideally, my ideal player would be Frankie De Jong, but I don't think he's coming in. But you know what? I'll use it. Take it from again, Will and Sava and Henry. They were talking about Ilkay Gundogan would look pretty darn good in our
I'd love that,
midfield.
dude. Absolutely would love that.
I didn't even think about it, but talk about some of the
Scored
things that
2
we
goals
need in
today.
our. You know, he's not like a James Madison, Mesut Ozil, Ericsson style type, but I think he's a better fit in what Conte wants. And
He
he's
can
a
get
guy who
12 to
who
15
isn't like
goals a season.
creative, like technically creative like those guys, but he creates chances. That's what's
And
important.
he can score too
And
on
he
his own.
scores, yeah. We talk about not having to rely on our front three all the time.
I call him Diet De Bruyne.
So
I mean,
he's off the top of my head. He's a guy who I think would work.
if you think about it, it's actually a very realistic signing because, well, he would stay in the Premier League. He knows the league well. He does well in here. Champions League football. Spurs is not the end of the world for him.
No, I mean if he doesn't end up going to Liverpool, Chelsea, or if he doesn't go back, where's he from?
Dortmund. He was gonna go back to Dortmund.
He's German, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you go back to Dortmund? Oh.
Because that's where he came from. In Bayern Munich, they're signing that kid from Ajax.
Is it like a swap deal from Holland or something, or what?
No, it's not like a swap deal. It's because lots of players from Borussia.
But why not
Dortmund,
just
they
stay in the
move.
Premier League though? Like, cause I'd take him in a freaking heartbeat.
I'm saying if he doesn't stay in the Premier League, I think he would go back to Dortmund.
Oh, if he doesn't stay in the Prem,
Yeah.
what about? Do you think Liverpool could pick him up? That'd be kind of like kicking the nuts, wouldn't it?
Again.
He didn't even play
I
that
don't
many
think
games
Liverpool
this
would, to
season.
be honest.
Yeah, but that's what you need. You need a player that can come on and make a change.
Could you imagine?
I mean, that's
him
what.
winning Bendicor?
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're gonna have 5
Sorry,
subs next
sorry,
season, right? Yeah. So we're gonna have 5 subs next season, right? Yeah. So the dynamic of the game is gonna change in the 90 minutes. You know, managers gonna have to like figure out different tactics based upon freshness and what type of players they've got they can bring on. And if you can bring on 5 subs, wow, that's gonna make such a big difference to the way games are played.
Does it not piss you off though that we can make 5 subs and we got 5 subs to bring on?
Well,
that's why we need the extra.
That's why we gotta buy players. That's why we gotta buy 4 or 5.
This is why. This is why. Levy, get your bloody money out.
Like the only people that were Moore and Winks, like in Bergwijn, that's all you have.
No.
Yeah, I wish we could get Gallagher as well.
They'll be gone.
No.
They'll be gone.
Get some players then. Levy, get your bloody money out.
Yeah. But Mr. Scott, thank you very much for joining us on tonight's show. Hope to see you next week. And don't forget, this summer we'll be doing a lot of international content, especially during the Nations League. So over on Will Stewart USMNT rants. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that as well if you like international football.
Have you got playing England? You got playing England,
In the World Cup, yep.
Yes.
Speaking
Final
of
word,
World
Scott.
Cup,
Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah,
Can
well,
I
like
go
you
on
said,
that
I
show?
love doing those international streams with you, especially now that Canada's finally stepped up onto the world stage and are trying to actually compete a little
Yeah.
bit. Hopefully, you know, it'll be like Spurs. We'll follow Canada and step up with the big boys and start to show some ambition like we have. So I'll be on those streams if you have them. Other than that, you know, I have the rep obviously of being the negative guy around
I
here,
like
but
Scott.
I'm excited. Like I'm excited. I really want to be excited for the team, and I'm excited to see what we have. I will say under Poch, always would get mocked for how much of a homer from my other friends and how much of a delusional fan was. So that fan resides inside me, and it's ready to come out once we start.
There you go. And anybody who makes me look positive is welcome on my show anytime.
But other than that, yeah, where to find me? I'm here. I'm in the comments.
Twitter
I'll be around. I'm not
sometimes,
going anywhere.
not a lot on Twitter now and then.
I don't post much on Twitter that's worth
I don't think you're
following
negative, Scott. You're a realist. That's what you are. You're a realist. You're not negative.
Yeah, that's like I said. I'm excited. I'm excited that we're there. I love to see Ellie. As I always say, we have fun in the chats going back and forth. Your passion for the players is amazing. I'll never ever fault anyone for the passion you show for all the players in the club. Tiago, it's always great, even when
I'm excited to see the summer window
swimming pool or something. But
yeah,
I'm excited to see the summer window. That's it.
Yeah,
like you know,
there's so much. Like honestly, we talk about these players, and Mr. K asks me, and there's so many guys. I'm just like, oh, like did fit our needs that we can go out and get if we show that. Like I said, I keep using that word ambition, but if we keep if we have that ambition, there's so many players out there that we can bring into our team to improve it.
Yeah.
So let's just go out, back Conte, and see it. So
I agree.
Other than that, thanks as always, Will, and we'll see everybody around.
Scott.
Good deal.
Take care, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Bye.
We only got about. I'm only probably gonna go for another 20 to 15 minutes today. I've had a long day, a long weekend, 4 matches in the sun, waking up at like crazy, ridiculous hours. You can ask Tiago. I was up at like 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. I haven't been asleep since. So,
Same here.
But, last point in the show today, and this is what I want to talk about. For the last one, Son in the world in the Golden Boot. Okay.
Yes.
Here's an opinion. Which one do you find as being greater than Pens or no Pens Gold Boot? Which is bigger? Tiago?
No Pens. I mean,
yeah.
Of course, you gotta give the player some credit for scoring a penalty because not every player is a good penalty taker. But I mean, it's a penalty. You don't have anyone in front of you but the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's like 75% shots, right?
So like, it's the easiest way to score a goal in football. Let's be honest. So there's just no
England 96. England 96.
For everybody but England. Euro 2021.
But you just cannot say that Sonny getting the Golden Boot isn't impressive because he's never been a guy that this season that you would look as the form that, for example, Salah had in the beginning of the season. But Sonny was there in the end because he was consistent. He was consistently scoring goals. People were saying, oh, he needs to be dropped. He is not playing well, but he was always chipping in a goal here, go there, then the other game, another goal. And that's what took him to being the golden boot race in the last the season. No penalties. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah.
So we also have Mr. Mark Cousins. What are your thoughts? Pens, no Pens, and why?
now, Sonny should have got it outright because there's no penalties. You got to remember, Salah has scored penalties, and so Sonny should have got it outright. All right, normally in the Tottenham team, it's Harry Kane that gets golden boot. But he hasn't. He hasn't this year because the transfer rumour and whatever, and Harry was on holiday for like 3 months. But Sonny has stepped up. He should have got it. He should have got it because he doesn't take penalties. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say. And that is all I got to say. Mo Salah, who's not in the World Cup, let's add that in. He's not in the World Cup, and Heung Song is. Sonaldo. He is in the World Cup. Like, he should have got it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's simple. Simple as that. He should have got it.
Yeah. Especially because Mohamed Salah, listen to this, everybody at home and people watching the show.
Yeah, he's got, like, Lord knows how many penalties.
He's 5 penalties, right?
Yeah.
He performed below his XG. Like, I know a lot of people don't put credence in XG, but I like to see how a player's real stats compares to. I mean, it's not the stat man. Like for me, I don't like XG by itself, right? Like, oh, Son should have had 2.5 goals today. No, that's not how it works, right? Like, I think that's dumb. But what I do like to see is at the end of the season or for a specific time period, how many goals a player has compared to what the analytics says they should have scored, right? As a whole. And you got Masala with an XG of 24.5 and only 23 goals. Son with an XG of 16 goals and he scored 23.
Yes. And you got to remember, that's no penalties. That's
non-penalty, yeah. No penalties, and he's exceeding his XG. But that's kind of the reason why. So penalty takers tend to have a higher XG because penalties are very high, right? Like Harry Kane is a XG of 20 and he only scored 17. So he should have scored 20, but he only scored 17. Mane too, 18.2 compared to 16. The only other player who exceeded their XG was Kevin De Bruyne, right? So you got Kevin De Bruyne and Son both exceeded their XG by more than one goal, right? And you got Vardy, Jota performed below his XG. So you got Vardy, Zaha, De Bruyne, and Son were the only players to exceed their XG by more than 1 goal. And Son exceeded his by what, 6, 7?
He's our best player. He is our best player. Everyone bigs up Harry Kane, but look, Son is our best player without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm gonna grab this one next, Philly. That'll be the one that we end the show on. Miss Ellie, what do you think? Pens or no pens? Which do you think is greater achievement?
Well, obviously no pens, because if Sonny was taking a pen, we had 5 pens, didn't we? So if he scored all 5, he would have finished on 28.
6, I think.
So and
because Delhi took one.
Pens.
Delhi took one at the beginning of the season.
We would have finished on 29 then. But
there we go.
The thing is, with Son, I think he's performed better than Salah, because you're saying his XG is better as well, and you could see with your own eyes. Stats are brilliant, obviously, because they give you a really good
I think they bring clarity is what they bring.
Happening. They bring clarity. But you can see with your eyes that Salah was off this season. He still performed, but not to his standard.
The second half he was off. I think the second half of the season he only had, I want to say he had 4 goals from open play the entire of 2022.
Yeah.
Like every other goal was from pens.
when he came back from the African nations when they lost,
Yeah.
he was very down. You could see the body language. Even today, I was watching him, and like in the highlights, I was watching him, and he wasn't very good. But Sonny has been performing way above other seasons, I think, in terms of scoring and creating chances. He's been brilliant this season, and he should get it outright. And also, what I must point out, he wasn't even nominated. That's a disgrace. Disgraceful. How dare they not nominate Sonny? And they put Phil Foden and Conor Gallagher in. Are you having a laugh? Stupid bloody nutters.
Yeah,
They
that
don't
goes
know
to
their
Phil.
football.
That goes to Phil Philly's question here. Or
He's got-
Philly's here. What do you think of this PFA clowns nominating Conor Gallagher and not
Yeah.
for the? Yeah, there's two or three. I mean, even Declan Rice, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he's a good player, Declan Rice, don't get me wrong. But he hasn't performed like Sonny. He hasn't scored 23 goals, has he? I know he's a midfielder, and midfielders generally don't score over 20 goals.
So he
But
still has 7
still.
assists too. Right.
Yes.
30 plus goal contributions.
Ronaldo.
In the league. No, we need to start calling Ronaldo Ron.
Yeah.
Sonaldo isn't Sonaldo anymore. He's Son. He finished above Ronaldo, right?
Son Heung Messi.
We start calling Ronaldo Ron now, right? There's no more Sonaldo. It's now Ron.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, a lot of people have been talking about the end of the era,
Ronnie.
Messi and Ronaldo, but this season you can't compare both of them. Ronaldo was so much better. The fact that he scored like 15 goals in that massive Man United team is actually impressive. Being subbed off pretty much every
Well, they
single
were
game.
shy, man. They were shy.
Oh, it's a good accomplishment. It really is for Ronaldo to finish third in the goals tally there.
Ronaldo was brilliant this season. You can't take it away from him. He was
Well, he
brilliant.
beat us. He
Like,
beat
it's
us.
like Ronaldo FC.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
nearly perfect in my predictions for 2022 that I made in 2022. Some of the ones maybe in 2021 I got wrong. Some of them I didn't. But my prediction, I was upset about the West Ham United or Man United one. All West Ham had to do was win, and
Yeah, that's
they
a bit of a
would
shame.
have. They would have come above Manchester United. I would have loved to see Manchester United in the Conference League next season.
Well,
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah, I think Jamie beat me to it. Heung Min Ron.
Not Heung Min Ron. No. It's Cristiano Ronnie.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, look,
Now
look,
it's
when it
Cristiano
comes to
Ronnie.
guys, when it comes to the Golden Boot, right? Yeah, you got to consider that you can break down how many different ways there are of scoring a goal. You know, you could run the whole length of the pitch and put the ball in the back of the net all by yourself. And Sonny's done that, right?
Against Burnley. Against Burnley.
Yeah, and the thing there is that you still only count that as one goal.
Yes.
So obviously you're going to say that goal is much more difficult than someone just running along with their team and tapping it in at the end. You know, so when you turn around and say about, well, what about tap-ins then? You know, Lineker was famous for tap-ins. You know, so if you would consider yourself and say, well, is a penalty harder than a tap-in? Well, of course the penalty is harder. In fact, that's why a lot of people do miss penalties, by the way. I know there's a 75%
People miss
chance, but the thing
tap-ins
is,
too.
the thing is that 75% is based upon people who practice and are very professional at taking penalties. That's what they do. They specialize in it. That's why the score is so high for it.
Harry doesn't miss penalties.
He misses
But
some.
that's
He's missed 3, I think, in the league.
Two.
I think when you consider, like, for example, headers, right? You know, from corners. Yeah. So there's many different ways of looking at scoring goals. So you have to include penalties because it takes an awful lot of nerve. It takes technique as well. You know,
But I mean, it's,
and at that
the
moment,
difference,
it could be riding. Everything could be riding on you.
I agree with you. If everyone took pens, then I would say you would have a really good argument. The only problem for me It's like everybody has the opportunity to score a header on a corner kick, right? Everybody has the opportunity to say a free kick from, say 60 yards out that goes into the box. Everybody has the opportunity to take. Most teams don't have one singular free kick taker either, right? It's usually a multitude. Like we've got Sonny takes some, Dyer takes some, Kane takes some, though he shouldn't.
No, I agree with that.
But we have multiple people that take free kicks. Some, multiple people, like you notice that today Sonny didn't take a corner kick. Moore did when he came on, so that Sonny could get on the end of it, right? Like,
yeah.
Which he almost put away, by the way. But the which maybe we shouldn't have him on corners if he's be able to try, convert from penalties like that, because that's the problem too. Son's actually, because he's the one taking the corners, he's at a disadvantage for not being able to score from any, right? So not only is he not on pens, but he's taking the corner kicks, which means he isn't in the box for those high XG balls in from corner kicks, right? Like that might help his assist numbers or his key pass numbers, but it doesn't necessarily help his goal numbers. He still had 23 goals, right? Salah's doesn't take the free kicks. Trent Alexander does. And in fact, I think it's 4 out of Salah's 18 open play goals have come from corner kicks.
But Salah's got 13 assists though as well. He actually won the Premier League assist champion.
Yeah.
Can I put another spin on it as well? Because I played football, right? So, Mr. K, you said about tap-ins, right? So, in a penalty, it's a dead ball position. You've got time to think. You've got to hold your nerve, I must agree. But the goal is massive. And you've got the whole goal to aim for. Whereas when it's a tap-in, how many tap-ins have you seen people miss, put over the bar?
Oh, loads.
Because the body shape's
we are
not right. Yeah. So it isn't as easy and clear cut as that, because.
No, I agree.
And Sonny doesn't score. Sonny doesn't score a lot of tap-ins. Most of his goals are worldies, aren't they? When you think about it, look at the goals he scored today. They were worldies.
What you're saying about penalties? What you're saying about penalties is like if we're 0-0 win a game, and we get a penalty. And Harry Kane steps up with the ball. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. Harry Kane's not missing. Harry Kane is the ultimate penalty taker. And this is where Son's been done out of it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think each goal, is based upon the circumstances, the context that it's in. You could be facing a penalty on the 95th minute and both teams are tied. And everything's on your shoulders.
Score that.
Yeah.
Harry Kane will score that.
Like Aubameyang. When he missed.
Who?
Obama
who? I think it's a great achievement. Look, I think it's a great achievement that Sonny has done. But you got to remember that Salah scored the same number of goals as him, plus he's got the highest assist in the Premier League as well. So he's got both of those awards this season. I remember when Kane was gone.
Yeah, did you know there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in Premier League history? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Premier League history who have scored more goals with no pens. Andy Cole, 93-94, 34 goals.
Wow.
Luis Suarez, 13-14, 31 goals, no pens. Thierry Henry, 04-05, 25 goals. Thierry Henry.
Who?
He's not Obama.
Two Arsenal players.
Thierry Henry.
For the third one, they're going to take us off air.
Ignore that, Will. Ignore it, Will.
Les Ferdinand, 95-96, 25 goals.
Right.
Fernando Torres, 07-08, 24 goals. And Les Ferdinand, 94-95, 24 goals. That's it. Everybody else, Son has outscored everyone else.
Yes, good.
Gareth Bale did it in 12 with 21 goals. Andy Cole did it in 94-95 with 21 goals. Sadio Mane did it in 18-19 with 22 goals. and Luis Suarez did it in 12-13 with 22 goals. So
Yes. Yes.
I think the game is look. The game is evolving now, and you're starting to get like an assist king with 13 assists in a season. That's just really bad. But then that's not bad. That's just the way the modern system of football is playing now. The angle of assist is coming from everywhere. The angle of attack is coming from everywhere. So in the past, you'd have players scoring 31 goals quite easily, and they'd be getting golden boot. Now it's like less than 25, and you're getting a golden boot. So I think the game itself is evolving, and the challenge of scoring something without a penalty, obviously, it's a lot more challenging. But it's just the style of player you've got. I don't think we'd be discussing this if it wasn't Sonny.
Because I think even with penalties, if you look, I think one of the years that Salah got his golden boot, he had 12 pens in that season.
Oh my days!
Here's the key: Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 199 penalties out of the 115 opportunities he's had. So I just think that penalties, for example, because it's a singular thing, right? Meaning that no one else has the opportunity to do it. There's one penalty, only one. Now, if a team rotated and said, okay, everybody gets a shot at a penalty, right? Like, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But it's not. It's one guy who gets that opportunity over and over and over and over and over again. It's different than a header, right? Well, on a corner kick, it could be Kane, it could be Sanchez, it could be Bentancur, it could be a multiple of different people, right? So for me, that's a different situation than one guy doing it all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you want you want that guy to be practicing penalties. You're
for the structure of the game,
person.
but I'm talking about for the award. Yeah. Like, if we're going to start handing out prizes for top goal scorer, I think it should be from open play. And then you could do a top. You could do a golden boot, and then like the golden spot, and give the golden spot to the guy who scored the most penalties in the season.
Yeah.
You know, I think there is a certain degree. If you love the passion of football, I think a lot of fans would turn around and look at people that just specialize in penalties. They don't do anything else. They don't concentrate on any other part of the play, but they score penalties. You know, like that Chelsea player. But
give it to penalties and free kickers. Like, combine that. Like, call it the because then James Ward-Prowse would be in there, right? Because he had what? 6 or 7 goals from free kicks this season, right? So
you could say that a free kick that leads to an assist would be different type of assist to that of a running assist.
Well, no, I'm talking about like close up free kicks where you're taking a shot directly on goal. So let's say a direct free kick within 18 yards or within 25 yards would be partnered up with the penalty takers.
Yeah.
Incidentally, how many goals have we scored this season that came directly, like, straight from a free kick that went straight
Just
in?
one.
We're missing a maestro in our. We're missing somebody in our team.
Yeah.
That's because Harry keeps taking him. Harry keeps taking him. If you'd let Son take him, Son had one free kick, and he scored one free kick.
Yeah.
I think Eric Dyer.
And it wasn't a close one.
Eric Dyer's got a good free kick on him.
Yeah, Eric Dyer's better than Kane.
Well, it's not bad.
Well, Jesus.
He's still not an Ericsson, is he?
So why does he keep taking them all the time, though? I still don't understand.
I do not know.
Like, the penalties, I understand, right? The free kicks. When was the last time? 18-19 was the last time that he put a free kick in the back of the net?
And that was deflected against Aston Villa, and it come off their wall and it went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. How Harry Kane is on our free kicks is beyond me.
Look, I can understand. That's what I'm saying, that people have this dislike of football players that just specialize in penalties and they try to glorify themselves based upon the number of goals they scored. But at the end of the day, you can't keep splitting everything up into individual sections and then get stats that way.
No.
It's interesting for watching the flow of a game. But when it comes to an award at the end of the season, you have to really count all the goals. You can't really rule out some and count some in. And
well, I think it's like I think it should. What do you
It
guys
is
thought
an
about this?
achievement.
PC Matt. So PC Matt says
Yeah.
pen should only be recorded as team goals, not individual goals, and
Yeah.
that could be a shout because you don't get an assist for an own goal, do you?
Yeah. No.
No.
Right, but you should technically.
Yeah, you should. You should get an assist for an own goal. Because you're putting it there, you're putting it in the danger
Exactly.
zone, and you're making that defender or whatever player,
You're forcing
do
that
something
error.
silly.
Right, you're creating that
Yeah.
chance just like you're
Yeah.
creating the chance for the goal scorer. So
Yeah.
I think because if that were the case, Son would actually have over 10 assists because he actually caused
Yeah.
multiple own goals this season.
Right. That's a good shout. I like that one.
Did you see?
The own goals. The
Did
own
you see-
goals have been our third top goal scorer.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
like
right.
Kane or Son
Did you see
and
Salah's goal
like own
today?
goals?
Well, give Kulusevski a whole season.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
might get. But own goals have been our third top goal scorer. Is
Yeah,
that right?
it tells you that we're putting the opposition under
Yeah.
a lot of intense pressure.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
that's reflected in it.
Yeah.
I'm
not-
I think
Yeah.
I'm
trying
just
to get
saying,
a
Mr.
block
Gay,
in.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But own goals have been our is it third top? Is it third?
I'm not too sure. But either way, we have
Oh,
definitely
well,
seen more of them. Well, we have seen more of them, and that's kind of a good sign.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I hate it to be the other way.
Yeah. I'm
What
not
about
disagreeing
what about
with the fact.
deflected goals?
What's
what
own
about-
goals?
No. Deflected goals are basically look if the ball is going towards the goal and then someone
Towards goal.
deflects off them, then what will happen is
Yeah,
that
they
it'll
still
count
get
as
the
a goal.
goal.
Yeah, but if it's going
Yeah,
going
but if
away
it's
from the
going
goal,
well wide,
yeah, and then hits someone and goes
and
in,
it's
then that's called an own
deflected,
goal.
It goes in, they give it to
Yes.
an own goal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But you know
Salah-
what it is?
Salah
Mark
scored
has a
goal.
point
It
there.
was on target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean Mark has a point that
Our third best goal scorer has been own goals,
wow,
and that's as simple as that.
that's it's
Where's
Own
Will
goals.
gone? He's disappeared.
has he disappeared? Or my internet's gone? No, my internet's fine.
No.
My internet's fine. I think Will's has crashed.
Yeah. Will's
gone-
the one
he's
that's
gone
gone
to
on.
get-
Yeah, he's gonna.
What he's
Right.
done, I know where Will's gone. Will's gone to get the golden boot, the other golden boot of Mo Salah, and give it to Sonny.
Is he looking at dwarf porn?
He's gone to track it down.
Is
He
he
might
looking
be.
at dwarf porn like Brian Dago?
Well, we'll find
not
out
too
because
sure.
Bobby
Is it
will
dwarf
make
porn?
a comment in a minute.
Is it dwarf porn?
Listen, guys, a
That's
big
right,
shout out to
Daniel.
Bonstar 2K. What up, Will and panel? Nice one. Top fours is ours. Golden boot. Some with the golden boot. What a season. Thank you very much, Bonestar. Is anyone else come into our chat? No, wait a second. Didn't? Yeah. Jamie Gets come in and made some nice comments and beat me to a few comments, which I would.
I can't
Yeah, it's
see
good to
them.
see you as well. It's good to see you as well, Jamie.
No.
Yeah,
And,
Jamie.
I like what Rico 799's just said.
He's back.
Jamie gets the
Right.
Willie's back on a different computer now.
No, I'm on the same computer. I just had, and I'm actually gonna reset my OBS. So I'm gonna pop myself out just for a second, but I had
you
my
watching dwarf porn?
thing popped out.
This
No,
is
my
question.
I spent $200 on a brand new USB hub, and it keeps after about 2 hours, it tends to like restart itself for some reason.
See,
And
well.
Perhaps my whole thing out.
Yeah.
Well.
It's,
I got an iPhone and I'm still on there.
Yeah, but an iPhone can't do 4 different camera angles and a bunch of sound effects and all that good stuff.
it's
Well, I
like
can't
the
do that on
Gooners, they
an
run
iPhone,
out of
obviously.
steam.
Huh?
And it will. It's like the Gooners, they run out of steam.
Yeah, what's weird though is I used to do my streams before when I only had 2 cameras, and I used to do all of my streams on a little $35 USB hub that never crapped the bed. It ran 3 monitors and 2 cameras like a champ. But I wanted to do 4 cameras because I wanted to have a guest and do other things. And this new one that has 400 or 4 USB 3 slots as well as 3 monitor output slots because I run 3 monitors. It craps out all the time. It's really frustrating.
Billy Big Bollocks then. That's what it is, Will.
Yeah,
Billy
that's
Big
what it
Bollocks.
is. I need to restart my OBX so my camera will work, so I can end the show. But people start telling people where they can find people while I reset my my camera.
Well, I'm Agent K, so you're not going to find me anywhere. I'll find you.
Yes, yes, and me as well.
And he will find you. When he tells you he's going to find you, he will find you.
No.
I'll find you on WhatsApp, Mr. K.
Yeah, but
We'll find you on WhatsApp.
Ellie, are you not on a few videos and stuff, on a few streams and podcasts nowadays?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So could you let people know which one you're on nowadays?
Free Spurs Boys. Right,
Yep.
so I'm on the I was on the Free Spurs Boys once. I've been invited, and I'm going to go on again. I'm normally on the Irish Hotspur, as everybody knows. That's the main
Excellent.
channel
Paris
I'm
Army.
normally on. And Tottenham away for her game only. For her game too, sorry. Was first. And
Brilliant.
I went on Tottenham away recently as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah,
Kirsty's
I
fabulous.
love that,
She's
Ellie.
our
I watch
ambassador on
that.
that.
I watch that, Ellie.
Yeah.
So Ellie, you're basically everywhere where Spurs is.
We only finished 3 points behind them.
Yeah. Yeah, everywhere where Spurs are, I'm on. Sometimes
There
I
you go.
just like to stay in the chat. Sometimes I like to come on. It depends. Like I've woken up my daughter now and she's texting me telling me to shut up.
That's all right. Tell her, Mom,
okay.
I'm chatting with Will. Or tell her you're chatting with Will. She'll be okay.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm going to tell her. She'll probably give me a dirty look when I go upstairs. I'm quite a nocturnal person. I hardly ever sleep.
Me too. I'm a night person as well.
Yeah.
Tiago, are you?
Yesterday, I fell asleep early yesterday.
Tiago, are you taking time out from your studies to do any podcast or anything, or are you still like chilling?
No, I'm just pop on weekends on Will's channel because it's late night and I have stopped studying by the time his show starts. Sometimes I go on Mara's channel on Wednesday and also
Mari's channel.
The Love Lounge.
Oh, yeah.
the Love Lounge and also Tom's channel, Jasper Hood. He invites me sometimes, but his shows are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and those are the busiest days for me. So it's not always that I can go to, but these are the 2 channels, the 3 channels I go in, and Will is the only one that takes me as a regular. So
Also, too, for people,
I saw you on the Free Spurs Boys, Will.
yeah.
Yes,
They
I
were
watched
brilliant,
that.
those little kids.
I watched that.
Very
Yeah,
good
you were
channel.
good, Will.
You were very good, Will.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. I'm on there soon.
So Mark, what other channels are you appearing on? What other podcasts are you appearing on?
Now, Tottenham Tantrum Gold has gone into a bit of a hiatus, but we will be back.
Yeah, it'll
apparently,
come back.
apparently, we will be back. Apparently,
Under a different name.
yeah, Tottenham
You're going to
Gold.
be under Tottenham Gold, aren't you?
Tottenham Gold.
Yeah.
Tottenham Gold.
That sounds like a good
Can't
name.
Yes, it's Tottenham Gold. It's to do with the history and games that I can remember. Maybe not 60s, I'm not bloody old, but like, it's all about the history of Tottenham.
All right.
So
I'd like everybody to. So Goguma just messaged me, said that sorry she couldn't be here today. She's actually not feeling well.
Oh, okay. Did she have some
Goguma?
lasagna?
Yeah, and she had to go to the hospital.
I have
Yeah.
spoke to Guma once on what the bloody old show was it?
Probably this one.
No, it wasn't this one. It was the
Will.
Persuasion.
Persuasion TV. Yeah, she goes on that one and this one.
I spoke to
Persuasion, yeah.
Guma, and what a lovely
With
girl
Lockman.
she is. Big up, Guma.
Yeah, but
She's lovely.
she's not feeling well.
Oh,
She went to
I
the
wish she'd better.
to the hospital to get a shot. So I don't think it's super serious. We want to make sure that she feels better and gets better soon, so everybody send her
Yeah.
positive vibes and positive energy.
Oh,
Big up, Guma.
sending you all our love, Gaguma.
Yes.
Yes.
Get
Definitely.
better soon.
Definitely.
Oh, lovely lady.
Yes.
Yeah, very lovely lady. She missed the match too. She didn't get to watch it.
Oh, my
she'll have to
lord.
watch the replays.
So
Yes. We won 5-0. We won 5-0.
I'm gonna send her a son picture. Maybe that'll help her.
Yeah,
Feel
that'll
better.
cheer her up.
There we go. Feel better.
Yes, but we will be back soon, I hope, when Dermot sorts his when Dermot sorts out, we will be back
Yeah,
with the history stuff.
Good deal. So everybody in the chat, show your love to Goguma. Let her know if you follow her on Twitter or something like that. Feel well soon. Get well soon.
Yes.
And all that good stuff. But folks, we will be back. I think Bob said he wanted me to like double sack the shows, so like one runs into the other. So I guess we'll probably be back this Saturday at around this time, 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 1:30 to 2 a.m. UK time. So make sure to stay for that. Also, to be looking forward into the community section for the votes, the polls for. Here, let me look to see exactly what they are while I have time here now. On the community section of the channel, YouTube, my channel, community. That's where you can go to see. For people that don't know, you have a community section on the channel. So we got Tottenham Player of the Season. So the Will Stewart THFCRants Tottenham Player of the Season.
Is this on Twitter?
This is on the community tab on the channel. So if you go to Will
we
Stewart
can vote.
THFCRants, yeah, but
Is
there's
that
going to be
Twitter or Facebook or
YouTube. It's going to be Twitter. It will be on Twitter. It will be on YouTube, and we'll be doing it live during the show next weekend. So you can actually vote 3 times if you'd like to.
Yes.
So Tottenham best forward of the season. So that'll be between Steven Bergwijn's son, Kane, Kulu, and Mora. And the best midfielder of the season will be a category. And then the best defender of the season. So
best
got
midfielder? There's only 2 in there then. Sure.
Well, you got Winks is in there too.
Oh, give over. Give over.
Okay, now
0%. 0%. 0%.
Now we've also got so that's for the club. Then we've got for the show, right? And then you got THFCRants most delusional panelist, right? So you'll have 4 options there. They will all be Dietrich's Kane. No, I'm just kidding.
Cody Mack.
I'm voting for him.
The most logical
No.
panelist, all 4 options will be Will Stewart. No, I'm
Red.
just kidding. The THFCRants best panelist of the season. So the overall best panelist, right?
Me, of course.
And then you've got the worst panelist of the season, right? So who's
That'd be
the
That'd be
worst panelist of the season?
Yeah, now that's me.
Worst.
And then if you have any suggestions for a category,
What about the wittiest?
just
What
comment
about
the wittiest. That's kind of like
The wit-
logical. Logical is kind of witty. Like, what do you mean, like funniest?
Yeah.
Not even
No,
close.
funniest.
Cleverest?
Funniest.
Cleverest?
Funniest?
The most negative, and then you
Yeah.
put all options still.
Clever and witty is about the same thing.
Yeah, clever. The most clever panelist. But we can add that to it. But there's if you go to the community tab, you'll see the topics. If you have a suggestion of a category to
please.
add to the
like some.
THFC Rants Award show, add it to the comment. You can add a comment there,
Most
comment down
annoying.
below, add your suggestion there, and if it gets enough thumbs up from other people who watch the channel, I'll add it to the list. So I'll add like
Okay.
the next top 5 categories that get thumbs up. And there's
Okay.
best looking, sexiest voice, whatever crazy things you can think of. All of those are me, by the way.
Sexiest voice, that's not me. That's not me.
I definitely don't have the sexiest voice.
No, I haven't. I sound like a word.
No, you do have a sexy voice, Will. You do have a sexy voice.
It's an
I think
okay
it might
voice,
go to
but
Mari, actually.
it's not
Oh, yeah.
the sexiest, right? That would be. It's an okay. I'm not saying it's not sexy. I'm just saying it's not the most
No, it's
sexy.
sexy. I think Mari's slightly sexier voice.
I was on about me,
Okay.
Ali. I was on about me, Ali. I sound like a word.
No.
Give it
Uh,
soon.
I won't give you that one. Just put it that way. I'm only being honest. Mr. K's got a very sexy voice.
Thank you,
Mr.
Ali.
K's got a good voice.
Very, very.
Mr. K could do
very,
radio.
very sexy.
He has got a sexy voice.
Not
I have
TV,
actually-
but he could do radio.
Smooth.
I've done radio.
Sexy,
I think it's been
smooth as
30
well.
years since
Smooth.
I've done radio.
The biggest bald head is what Dietrich said. The biggest bald head. Will Stewart. Actually, I
Biggest
don't have a very big head. In fact, I wear a small, medium in most hats. Sometimes medium, large.
Yeah,
if they
you're
have
6'5" though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't have a real big head,
You've got
unfortunately.
a tall body, small head.
Yeah. I have long legs and a long torso. I get my torso from my mother and my legs from my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's practicing.
I don't have breasts though. I mean, technically,
man.
I do have breasts. I just don't have female breasts.
Did you play
No
centre
man
back
moves.
as a footballer?
I play goalkeeper, center back. Yeah, when I play football. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like
Yeah.
Jacob Wellraven.
Bro,
Yeah, I only
Another
played-
channel
I
what
only-
we did at Mashing.
I only played U12 and U13.
I played
Yeah.
corner flag.
So United Spurs of America is a good channel as well. Very, very good channel.
Played the corner flag.
Yes, I was corner flag.
Oh,
Did
dear.
people come up and kick you?
After
Yeah.
scoring a goal?
Yes, many times.
I played.
Yes, many times.
I played midfield. Oh, Mickey Hazard's
Ogama
just
played center
tweeted.
back. Who is in love with Kane the most category? That could be a good category. Put that in there.
Yeah.
Who disrespects son, the biggest son disrespecter. We could put that in there.
No, it's not me. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Turning in
No.
for the night. We
I
are
don't
all
think-
turning in for the night here. But final thoughts before we go.
Come on.
A good summer. Good
Oh,
summer.
whoops.
We did it.
Well,
Well,
we did it, yeah.
We got the
That
job
was-
done.
There's relief. You know that there's a massive relief.
Not the big
Yeah,
job.
It's just it's not just getting over the line. It's the way
I'm not
we did
gonna-
it as
I'm
well.
not gonna.
It wasn't a
not gonna
massive
say the
relief.
word, but
I
we-
knew we'd do it. I knew
Yeah, but-
we'd do it.
We weren't
Knowing
Earthy. Is that
something
what
and,
you're
and
saying,
doing
Ellie?
something.
I'm not gonna say it because we're banned from saying it in England.
I didn't
You know,
say
we're
it.
not gonna
I
say
said
it anymore.
Erzy. I didn't say it. I said Erzy.
No, that's good. That's good. But we can call them RC.
Arcy.
No, Woolwich.
Yeah.
Woolwich. Woolwich.
Wolchi.
Woolwich. Woolwich.
You know Arsenal were called Square. You know
Warchi.
Arsenal before they became Woolwich Arsenal, they were called Square Dial. If that
Let's call 'em
doesn't tell you
Squaresy
what a
then.
Crap. Yeah, let's call them Squaresy.
Can't we call it up
Crap.
the RC? Up the RC.
Crapsy.
Yeah.
No,
Arcy,
that's too
Squaresy.
rude.
Oh, well, all right.
What
All
about
right.
what about shit?
No, I mean
RC?
there's the better ones out there than that.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
the good thing here is that we did it. We knew, some of us knew
We got
that we
James
did it,
Joris
but
commenting away.
but we actually
topics
did
like
it.
crazy.
What
Folks,
about crap RC?
crap assy.
Yeah.
Crap RC.
Just call him crappy.
Crappy sons.
We got
No,
crappy's a type of fish and a type of and a bad. Doing bad
Crappie.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like me fishing, Will. I like me fishing. I've heard of them. That's American fish, isn't it?
Yep.
A
Crappie
crappie.
is like crappie is good.
Yeah.
It's one of the best tasting freshwater fish you can find.
Oh, you eat them, do you?
Crap
Oh,
came
yeah.
from the toilet.
They taste better than a good old perch. So
The word crap came from Thomas Crapper.
yeah, so
What
crappie.
invented
Yeah, crappie tastes
I thought
good
that
because they
funny.
only eat minnows for the most part.
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they tend to not. They're not like bottom feeders. They're suspending feeders. So they tend to not eat a lot of worms unless they're falling
And-
down. So
And so they go after other live fish.
yeah, other live fish. So they tend to,
Yeah.
they tend to not be as gamey as some others. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Bit like
understand
Dover
this, but-
sole. Have you?
real
a bit
clean.
like Dover sole. Dover sole's a nice fish.
Yeah.
Who what?
Dover
sole.
sole.
I don't know what that is.
It's a sole fish from Dover.
In it, yeah,
Goldfish from
yeah,
Dover.
and it's a very very nice fish. Flat
Well,
fish.
It's flatfish.
Quite big.
Oh, okay. So
Very very
saltwater.
tasty.
It's bottom dweller. It's
Yeah,
a bottom
saltwater,
dweller.
though.
Beautiful fish. Yeah.
Yeah, like a halibut,
It's a bottom dweller.
like a halibut or a flounder.
Yeah,
Similar to-
along them
Yeah.
lines. Along them lines.
Gotcha.
My,
gotcha.
It
my-
is a flat
my
fish.
dad used to make it for me.
Yeah, so crappie's
Yeah.
it's a white fish. It's a white
Yeah.
fillet. It's really good.
They
Soft.
do, so
It's good stuff. Bluegill is pretty good too. Perch is good.
yeah.
We have some fish kind of like you guys have over there in Europe, like a zander.
Yeah, Xander. Yeah, Xander's good
Yeah,
fish.
Xander.
I
We
caught
call
them
them
over-
walleye. So in the U.S. we kind of call them.
walleye or Xander, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I've caught them over
My
here.
husband, he likes red mallet. My
Yep,
husband, he likes red
redfish.
mallet. Very
Yep.
nice fish. But it's very
So-
obviously.
For
I-
people that don't know,
I
that's
like-
the industry I work
I-
in, the fishing tackle industry. So
Well,
Yeah.
in this country, we don't eat
Well,
the
you
coarse
know
fish.
because you know a lot about fish. You can
that's right.
Yeah,
I make fishing rods. So
Yes,
Oh, right,
yes.
okay. Very interesting.
Me and you
Like
Do you
will,
like
design.
fishing then?
me and you will go have a chat
yeah,
because I've got a bait
Go
caster.
fishing together.
there you go. I make bait casting rods. So
Yes. Do you?
I do.
I've got a what's the bloody reel I got? Shimano. The
Shimano,
top,
yeah.
the,
Japanese. It's good.
yeah, the top bait casting Shimano reel.
Like a Metanium DC or something like that.
No, it's higher
Okay.
than that. Better than that. It's the BFS one.
Okay. Bait finesse casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I'm after perch.
Go
In
and
the
catch us
UK.
some fish then,
There you
Yeah.
go.
so we can have it.
Yes.
Mark, go and catch me a fish.
There you go. Perch,
And you
perch
will.
dander.
Well, put it this
You could
way.
use any of my rods for perch, zander, sea bass, all that good
Yes.
stuff. So
If I catch in
Inshore
this
fishing.
country, though, I can't cook it, though, for you, Valley. I cannot cook it. It's illegal.
it's illegal. That's not cool.
I'll cook it for you.
We have a bunch of fish
Oh,
fries.
you can. You carry on. You get done. That's all right.
But folks at home, we are heading out. I have to piss something fierce. So
Yes.
Don't piss on the fish.
not pissing on the fish, but we're
Hey,
pissing on the arsenal.
no,
Pissing all over Arsenal.
Piss in
We
the
did.
cup again. Are you going to piss in the cup
Yes,
again?
you
Not in the cup, no, but I am gonna piss in
I have
in the
seen
cannon.
This. I
I'm
have
pissing
seen
in the
this
can.
on one of your early streams. I have seen this.
I got a little mini cannon here, and I'm gonna piss in it.
When you pissed in the
Okay.
mug and that earlier on one of your streams, a
No,
few
that was
months
Bob.
ago.
That was Bob because I put my hand down like that. He thought I was.
No.
I was peeing.
I saw it, Bob. I saw it.
There's a bit of steam coming off the top.
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes, there was.
definitely have never pissed. I have
I
on
saw
long
you
trips.
pissing in a cup or a jug or something.
Yeah, we'll have to
Something
keep.
was
We have to
going
call it
on.
now. Taking the Arsenal.
So Bob saw me take in my old studio back a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, not taking the piss, taking Arsenal.
I had a trash can
Well done.
under my desk, right? So I had my cup, which I used to have a bookshelf to the left, and I used to set my drink on the bookshelf when I was done. But then the trash can was over here, so Bob saw me take the cup and then put it down like this, and I'm looking down like that, and then I looked back up. Bob thought I pissed in a
Bob
cup.
goes, "Aye,
didn't piss in a cup," and that's why.
It was like months ago. I did see you pissing in a cup or a mug or a bottle or something.
Might have saw me
live.
pouring
Guys,
gin
let's
in
not
it.
kill the show, man. Let's not kill the
This
show
was
with the
live.
pissing contest."
This was
Definitely didn't piss in a cup. Never have.
Oh, okay.
On long trips, I do have my kids sometimes pee in empty Nas bottles.
Yeah, but that's standard.
Yeah.
That's standard. We've all.
It's only because I have boys and they have, willies and stuff like that, so it's easy for them.
We've all done that. I've pissed in an empty bottle going on a plane.
Yeah. Not on a plane. You're at the airport. Just go to the bathroom.
No.
Oh, it's too much.
I have a very large truck. So I drive an F-350. So I drive an F-350 crew cab. So I have a very large truck. It weighs over 13,000 pounds. And in the back seat, it's enough room for 3 grown men to sit there with adequate leg room. So it's a very large cab, right?
No.
So the boys can stand up in the back. And so
I'll have a piss.
Yeah. So because we're driving in the United States, you drive 13, 14, 15 hours to get from one city to the other.
That's distance.
The truck can go about 600 miles. It has a 32-gallon tank.
Wow.
So that's like what, 38 liters? Maybe 40 liters?
Yeah.
So it has a 40-liter tank. So it can go 600 or 700 miles before it needs gas. So I don't necessarily need to stop every 2 to 3 hours like little boys do that need to do sometimes. So I just say pee in the bottle. They would do it, but we don't do that anymore. They're a bit older now.
Got lids.
Yeah, they do. So like Nas is an energy drink that's only in the United States, and it comes in these like 1 liter aluminum bottles, kind of like a Monster. Do you have 1 liter Monster bottles?
I know.
It must be similar to Purdy.
I can't drink.
Yeah, it's similar to Purdy probably, but you basically you crack it open, but it's got a very large opening. Not that a 10-year-old boy needs a large opening.
Are you posting, Will? Are you posting?
I'm trying to say that it's plausible, but it holds a significant amount of liquid, 1 liter. Most people don't piss a liter at a time, so if you do, you have skills. Ran Vanyuk asks, how often do I get my hair cut? Every time I take a shower, I get a haircut.
You trim it.
Yeah. So every other day. At least.
Yeah, well, I shave my hair about once a month.
No, yeah, I have to shave sides specifically. Like this, I just shaved the day before yesterday.
Ah.
My hair, what hair I have left grows very quickly. So.
Well, I don't. I'm like 51. So.
Hopefully it slows down as I get older. I'm 42, so you've only got 9 years on me.
51.
Well, 41 technically. I don't turn 42 till September, but
That's interesting. There's 9 years between you and Mark, and there's 9 years between me and you, Mark.
Yes.
You're 51. I'm going to be 60.
Crikey.
Tiago's a baby.
And my mom is.
I'm 51 this year.
64. She's gonna kill me if I'm getting this wrong.
So there's 9 years between me and you.
1959 is when my mom was born.
Wow.
I am 52.
I'm going to Nice.
Happy days.
Look good in my hat. Well, thank you very much. Sometimes I do a show without a hat. I don't mind. Like, I'm not one who's afraid of my hairline. I like my hairline.
What
to be honest with
hairline? Don't have one.
Exactly.
I do have a hairline.
Turn around. You have to turn around to show.
There's a hairline. It's just a U.
Just a U.
But see, I'm a Stewart, and so I come from the same stock as Patrick Stewart, and
Yeah.
Yes, I heard your son is called Paul Stewart.
Are you related?
My son's called Paul Stewart.
Yes, I've met him.
Somewhere around Paul
Yeah,
Stewart.
Paul Stewart, yeah.
Paul Stewart
met him.
doesn't look very Stewartish.
No,
he
I've
doesn't.
met Paul Stewart.
He's put on a bit of bandage as well.
Put on a bigger pound. I'm sure he's related somewhere around. But Stewarts, if you look at Stewarts who come from that, not the Stuart, not the French people, but the actual Scottish Stewarts, and the Stuats are going to get mad at me. Like I'm taking jabs at them, right? Like, but that's the French spelling of the name. If you actually go with the Scottish spelling of the name, and the people that come from like Aberdeen or the western, not so much the eastern side, but the western side. We always have this same, Roman nose and these, bulges here, right? Like this in the forehead. So if I were to do my super zoom cam.
No. Oh, hello.
You can see this
noises going on.
This crown here, right? So
yeah.
There's a couple of places in Turkey you might want to visit.
This here is actually a scar. One time, a door was stuck, and I ripped it open.
Yes.
Caught me square in the forehead. So that's actually
a
scar. You can see it right there.
Yeah, I can see it.
It bled pretty bad.
No, I went to a it was advertised a night with Gary Mabbott, and Gary Mabbott is my hero, obviously, because I'm a type. Well, you know Ellie. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and
of course.
Yes, I am a type 1 diabetic, even though I drink like that. Well, we don't talk about that.
I was gonna say you probably shouldn't be drinking the vodka if you're type 1 diabetic.
My mum was type 1 diabetic, and she used to like to drink as well.
I met my hero, Gary Mabbott, because I was diagnosed as diabetic in 1991, if you believe that. And we won the FA Cup in that year, and Gary Mabbott lifted it. And when he lifted it, I thought I was diagnosed in March, and we lifted it in May, and I was still confused. I was still confused about my condition. Right, you're type 1. I got to have injections, and I was like, fuck that, fuck yeah, I can't be doing with that. But when Gary Mabbott went to lift the FA Cup, when he was walking up step, if you watch the BBC commentary, he was diabetic all his life. He's battled diabetes. I thought, well, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm still alive now. I've still got all my toes. I've still got all my legs. And so Gary Mabbott is my absolute hero. My absolute hero.
Yeah.
Right. He is.
It's very important. It's very important for you to say that as well, Mark.
Yeah,
no. We all have our heroes, and it's nice to hear that Gary Mabbott is yours.
Gary Mabbott, right. I tried to book on. There's a Legends tour. There was a Legends tour at the Tottenham Stadium, and it was with Gary Mabbott. Yeah. Right, I've met him anyway, because Gary Mabbott, you got to remember, Gary Mabbott is from Bristol, which is 40 miles from me, 45 miles from me. And when I met him, I had to travel to Willesden in London. You know where that is, Ali? Willesden.
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
It's quite
I
far
met
from me,
Gary
but he's in
Mabbott in
London.
Willesden Workman's Club. Right, I met him there. Right, and I went up there and I booked the ticket. I booked the like the special one, the VIP ticket, and I got to meet him. And as soon as I met Gary Mabbott, I said, "You are my hero. You are an absolute legend." Like in Gary Mabbott, when I first got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, Gary Mabbott was meant to be doing a talk in Yeovil Hospital. That's where I'm from. I'm from Yeovil in Somerset. And he was meant to be doing a talk, and he cancelled it. And I was absolutely gutted because I've been a Spurs fan since 1970 when I was born. I had no choice. My dad's a Tottenham fan. And as soon as I found out I was diabetic, and like Gary Mabbott was obviously my hero, and I was diagnosed in March 1991. Obviously, May 1991, we won the FA Cup. And Gary Mabbott has always been my hero. Always. The man is an absolute legend to me. Because
He's a legend altogether. I mean, not just to you.
Yeah. Well, to me, when I was 20. Right, I was in the prime. Well, apparently, allegedly, the prime of my life.
Forgot one question.
And
I really have to use the bathroom, so we're really gonna have to.
You carry on, Will. You carry on, Will.
With Burnley going down, should we go Nick Pope or Fraser Foster, real quick?
Pope.
Right.
And Vegas.
Pope
or Foster?
Pope. He's a good shot stopper.
Mark?
Gary Mabbott. No.
Gary Mabbott.
No. Yeah, it's Gary Mabbott. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is my. No, I would say Nick Pope.
Nick Pope. Ellie?
Yeah, Nick Pope, 100%.
I gotta shut this down. I agree with Nick Pope. We gotta shut this show down. I'm not going 5 hours a night. It's not happening. My shows always go long. We gotta end this down. Everybody's on the panel tonight. Mr. K, Tiago, Ellie, Mark Cousins. Thank you very much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having
everybody
us.
who's in
Thank
the
you
chat.
for having us.
Oh, thank me for having me. Thank you for coming on.
us.
Without you guys, my shows would be boring. It would just be me rambling for a couple hours. Big up yourselves. I thank you very much. Thank you for all of our super chatters, all the people who help support the channel and make the channel it is what it is. We got Tottenham Tangible Gold, Ben KC, David in there, Danny Kiriakou. Oh, that wasn't a super chat.
Tottenham Gold.
Gina
Gold. That's a bit.
Gina
Before
Kim.
it was Tottenham Gold now.
Yeah,
I got such to say.
Yep. TG. Sometimes I might still call it TTG because that's what I'm used to.
All right. Okay.
I'm an old habit man. Bobby K, Bob Spur TV. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you guys very much for the super chats. If I forgot to bring your super chat up once again, please forgive me if I forgot to star it.
Gina Kim.
Gina Kim. I think I put Gina Kim's up there.
No.
Yeah,
I can
Gina
still
Kim,
can't. Oh, right at the beginning.
Oh, one more besides that one?
No, that was it. That was the one.
Yeah, it was number 2. But folks at home, everybody wish Gogama. Also, too, if you knew that there is a new feature called Super Thanks. So if you're watching this tomorrow in the UK and you want to help, and you've gotten to this point, I should have reminded you earlier. If you've gotten to this point, You have the ability to say, give a super thanks. It's $1.99, $5.99, $50, and that allows you to kind of do basically a super chat after the stream is already ended, right? So if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to, but if you do, we thank you. It also makes a special comment, and it can make, I think, like balloons and sparkles or do something else pop up whenever you do it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done one yet. I need to test it out. Also, too, the 99-cent, the Levy level memberships will be out.
Levy level?
The Levy
What's
level.
Mm-hmm.
It means it's super cheap, right?
Super cheap.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Levy level, surely.
Yeah, because we've got the general. So the 4-star general is like the leader. That's like the top tier, the person who supports the channel a month. Ellie was that for a long time. We totally appreciate that.
I'll come back on that.
There you go.
I
She's
lost
still
my
on
card,
it.
so
You're on the Levy level, Ellie?
No, she's on. Ellie's the 4-star general.
No.
She's the leader of the channel.
no, I'm on the high level. I'll come back on that, Will, because I lost my card. So
Listen, all that running water's one to make me go to the loo. So
yeah, I need a piss as well.
But it's good because we're gonna end the show and we can all go piss. But we and then we've got the captain level, which is below that, and then we have Williams Rangers. And then we have Williams Celts. I think Williams Celts, it always costs a little bit more to be Catholic. So the Williams Celts level is higher than the Williams Rangers. And then we have the Levy level, because we're going to start doing new live streams. There, not only is the chat only going to be members, but it will only be visible to members too. So to be like a private show, that will be kind of maybe a little bit more in-depth detail, some clips, some tactics on a whiteboard with like a magic pen that does things, starting up here in the summertime. But I wanted to make sure that everybody who wanted to see that show could. But the reason why it's private is because it's private, which means that we can do things that we can't do to the public. Not like those kinds of things. Get your minds out of the gutter, people. This isn't Bob's channel.
yeah.
But we can do things with like showing clips and stuff that we can't do for videos that are public, right? So member-only videos aren't public, so we can do things like that maybe might get nicked for copyright. Does that make sense? Not that I'm trying to. I can use them as fair use in the United States, but it's just safer. I don't have to fight legal battles with channels if I do that.
Well, you do it right.
So 99 cents a month. That's it. That's all it costs. That's as lowest. That's as cheap as I can make it. And we call that the Levy level. Those will be. I've hit the go. I've created that level. You'll get access. Yeah, the Levy level. So 99 cents a month for people who want to support the channel but don't really feel like they have the cash to do it. $1 a month goes a long way. You know, if I get 1,000 people to do, I've got 1,800 subscribers now, pushing on 2,000. If I get 1,000 of those subscribers to do $1 a day, that's $1,000 a month. That's a huge help to the channel. So,
big up, you got 100.
I got 1,800.
1,800.
Yep,
yeah,
pushing on 2K.
Good. That's good, bro.
Yeah, pushing on 2K.
That's more than Tottenham Gold got.
Yeah, it's more than a lot of people got.
Yeah, big up, bro.
Not as much as
American.
I am
all,
the
all
largest.
the best, everyone. I need to run to the loo myself, so
all right,
good night,
later.
all.
Okay, thank
everyone,
you very much.
Happy.
Good night.
Yeah,
How many of those subscribers are American, Will?
American, quite a large percent.
1,500.
Not 1,600. I think I'm about 50.
No, it's at 50.
About 50-50. So I would say probably about not quite 50-50. It's like 40-40 American, UK, and then 20% everybody else.
Yeah, you deserve it, Will. You deserve it, Will.
I got a fair amount of US guys. A lot more Korean people are starting to subscribe recently, which is great. We love having that.
Is that because you speak Korean?
You would think that the guy who speaks
Yeah.
Korean would have a lot of Korean subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't have that many, to be honest with you, compared to like Stelios.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I
Stelios
thought
has
you
a
get
ton.
millions. I thought you get millions because you like speak Korean.
You would think so, but
Yes, I
doesn't
would
happen.
think so.
Thiago looks like he's about to fall asleep, bud. You need to go to bed. Don't lie. I saw you down. We saw you.
No, hang on a minute. He was meant to be doing the racing thing, the Formula One thing.
Formula One, yeah, but we got to go. We can talk about that in
Yes.
the back. Folks at home,
Yes.
stay strong, stay Spurs, and we will see you guys.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Go Spurs.
Thank you.